Well, hello everybody. Happy Friday, and welcome back to another weekly update show. Joining me is my buddy, co-host, and friend of mine, Mr. Cream Nato.
Hello, everybody. Oh man, I am excited to talk about the shit we got this week. This is a big week.
Yeah, it's been a huge week in our little Discord with the show notes and everything. I've been posting links like left and right every day. And last night, obviously, was the Game Awards, and we had this giant flood of news and everything that happened with that. So I was up pretty late getting more details and stuff, and a bunch more stuff has come out today. So obviously, we're going to be talking about that, giving more in-depth thoughts. I know, Mr. Cream, you and the Gronkin boys did a show last night. How'd that go?
It went really well. Yeah, we had a couple guests on. We had we had a lot of fun shit talking the show the entire time.
Yeah.
But also we also had fun at a couple of the surprises, like quote unquote surprise it leaked, but Divinity, the Tomb Raider stuff. Like there was some stuff where our collective interests were piqued, you could say. But all in all, it was like a normal award show.
Yeah, it fit the criteria of just what you would expect. And this year, it felt very chalky, to say the least, you know? And for people who don't know what that means, in gambling terms, chalk means like the odds-on favorite. That's usually what it means. You know, it's like what you expect to happen most likely will happen. And I think for the most part last night, everyone kind of saw a lot of this coming, to be honest with you.
Yeah, the game that was nominated in almost every category won in almost every category.
Yeah,
It's not a big surprise. The real surprise is they didn't win every category they were in.
exactly. I think they only lost one though, so that says something.
I think it was actually two, but I just hit you with the actually it was two. Yeah, and I think they only lost two, and they were nominated in what, 11?
Yeah, I got the full list. We're going to obviously go over them when we get the show started, but like we could just double check to make sure of that. But yeah, I think they won 8 awards last night, if I recall correctly.
Yeah,
Yeah, so like they won pretty big.
That's insane.
And not only just here, but they won big at the Golden Joystick Awards too as well. Uh, a few weeks ago prior. So, Expedition 33, if you didn't know, was the winner of the Games Journalist Awards, as I like to call it. So it won the fan vote and it won the Games Journalist Award. So that right now it's got two of the big three, I would say, under its belt. So can it go for a clean sweep when it gets the Dice Awards next year? We'll see.
Yeah, I probably.
And also saying hi to us is Mr. Pop Culture Mechanics saying Guten Tag, Carl. And of course, we got Mr. Ando joining us. Really, only main category I disagree with Expedition 33 winning was Best Narrative since Act 3 was weak. Strong Act 1 and 2 really pushing it. So there you go. That's his personal opinion about that one. And yeah, for everyone who was also wondering too, the new soundtrack that I had for the opening video countdown, that also came from Hades 2 soundtrack. So there you go. If you're curious about that as well. Okay, Mr. Cream. Let's bring up the first article here real quick.
Ooh, get right into it. I was just gonna say before we start, I feel like Expedition 33 is like the secretariat of video games, like the horse,
Yeah. I mean, we're definitely going to get more into like our personal thoughts about that as we go on. I know you and we both did our 2 streams covering the Games Awards, and can't wait to hear what our thoughts are about all this stuff. But yeah, like no pickup video, no talk about games we're playing this week because we're so stacked with news, and there's been so much like stuff that was released and announced, and obviously that I figured we'll just get right into it this week, and we'll just get right to it. No bullshit. Let's go. No filler. Straight in. So This article comes by the way of Forbes, and just to let everyone know, if you want to look at these articles later, read them yourself, and offer some opinions about them, I have linked all the articles in the description of this video, but not the tweets and stuff like that, just the regular articles. So this one is by the way of Forbes. Writer is... Where's the author? Oh, Paul Tassi. All right, so Paul Tassi is...
Paul Tassi.
So we're just going to get right into it. So obviously the overall game of the year winner was Expedition 33, and it beat out Death Stranding 2, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, Kareem, when they were talking about like what was going to be nominated, how many of these did you get right and how many did you get wrong?
Well, okay. I figured Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 would be nominated. I figured Silksong was going to be nominated. I honestly didn't think that Donkey Kong would be nominated. I thought it was going to be Mario Kart, which I also would have been like, I don't get that one. So I figured something that Nintendo put out would be in there. Death Stranding 2. Jeff Keighley loves Kojima. Of course, it's in there. I mean, like, it's not I guess I don't know. I there's a special relationship they have, maybe sexual in nature. I do want to do some investigating to find out. The one that's really a shock to me is Hades 2.
Really?
That one I was very shocked by. A lot of what I've heard about it is not as good as the first game. And I do think there's other games that maybe were probably better picks as a nomination. But of course, everyone kind of knew that Clair Obscur was going to win.
Yeah.
I think people figured, oh, Clair Obscura should win, but they're going to find a way to fuck them, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think for the most part, it was general consensus that this is the best game of the year. Lately, it's kind of been teetering. A lot of people are really liking Arc Raiders, and I do think that Arc Raiders probably deserved the nomination over Hades 2. If you had to put like a gun to my head.
You know, it's so funny you say that, but Hades 2 actually is the highest rated Metacritic game of the year. You know that, right?
I know, and that's crazy. I've heard that it's not like from some people, right? Again, I haven't played Hades 2, so that's a caveat that should be taken into note. I also haven't played Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I saw a lot of people really loving Arc Raiders. I played Arc Raiders. I really love it. It's the first extraction shooter that I actually think can break through to a mainstream audience and still have that charm of what extraction shooters offer. And I do think it was deserving of a nomination. But again, it really doesn't matter because I think everyone just decided this is really just like best bridesmaid type of award, right?
Yeah.
Where it's like, well, you know, I think Arc Raiders should have been the runner-up instead of Hades 2, and it's like, well, either way, they're not winning, right?
Right. And another thing too is like, ironically enough, the only game I did not think was going to be on here was Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I can't,
Really?
yeah, that's the one. I know a lot of people like it, but I was just like thinking, okay, like so. When I was thinking of this list, I pretty much had like every game on this list except for Kingdom Come. I thought Split Fiction was going to be on here, to be honest with you, because
that's another one that I think could have been deserving.
Yeah, I thought that one was deserving, and I was like, So like after all the lists came out, and I was just like talking to a bunch of people. Like I started going to like other discords I'm in. I'm in the ACG Discord, I'm in the Colin Discord, I'm in other more normie game discords, I guess you could say. So I was going around and I'm like talking to everyone, I'm reading what they're writing and stuff like that. And what I was finding out very quickly is that a lot of people did not play Split Fiction. So that I think also did hurt it. Another thing too is that a lot of people were shocked that Ghost of Yote wasn't on here too.
Mm-hmm.
And I
I was kind of surprised Ghost of Yote wasn't, especially when I saw them in other categories. I was like, okay, Yote's probably on there. I could have seen people replacing Death Stranding 2 with Yote.
I
Especially if
thought
you
so
want to go
too.
from one Sony exclusive to another. Because what from everything I've seen of Yote, it seems like a pretty, at worst, it's a fun game. That's the worst I've seen of it. It's fun to play, which is not bad. That's really good.
Yeah.
I think the real thing that I've been taking away from this is like everyone has their own list of this could have been nominated. I'm like, yeah, that legitimately could. That just shows you how great of a year it was. Like
Yes.
we got lucky this year, and next year looks like it's shaping up to be pretty good too.
I think it might even be better with some of these more announcements that they have announced too, but we'll definitely get to that later. But
Yeah.
yeah, like you're saying, like this year was just incredibly stacked. And like I said, a lot of people basically got 90% of the, you know, what games will be nominated like instantly, you know. And I think honestly, a lot of these games have been like the perfect example. I honestly, I don't know who you've been talking to that said Hades 2 is not as good. I think Hades 2 is actually far better than the original Hades when I was playing it in early access. But I haven't played the 1.0 release yet, too. So I
Mm.
am very curious
I,
to try that
I
out.
think they were playing 1.0.
Hmm.
Um, but again, I've heard that from like just two or three people who have played it.
Mm,
So, and I haven't really looked too much into Hades 2.
right.
Um, it's not really my cup of tea anyways, so usually I'm not into that type of game. Um,
Right.
but there was again that's the thing. There's so many good games that it's like if you replace Hades 2 with something else, you would be in theory replacing one good game with another good game, and
Yeah, no, no,
it's
great
not like
gaming.
a year where it's like, oh yeah, here's an absolute stinker that's in game of the year nomination.
Yeah, no, that's for sure. You're right about that. It like I said, it just feels like more games were rightfully snubbed this year, just because of how good the lineup was. Like I want to say there was at least 10, really good games, and you only got 6 spots. So
Yeah,
it's always going to be an inevitability that one game was not going to exactly fit your cup of tea.
and it's not like last year where they changed the rules to put Erdtree in, and last year was like a real like whiplash of a nomination. You got like Astrobot and
Mm-hmm.
Balatro and
Yeah.
Erdtree, and I like all three of those,
Yeah.
but that was a very weird category last year.
Yeah, and you know why they changed the rules for Urtry, right?
Yeah,
Well, you want to explain
yeah,
why
that
to the
was.
audience?
I'll let you explain why. You brought it up.
so,
This is on you now.
so the
You get
only
the
reason,
burden.
so the reason why they allowed Urtry in was because the year prior, a lot of games journalists were saying that actually Phantom Liberty was their game of the year.
Yeah, which is stupid. I played Phantom Liberty. Those people are not good human beings.
Well, ironically
That
enough,
game made me lose faith in humanity. Uh,
ironically enough, Paul Tassi was one of those guys that was saying that it was
I
his game of
know.
the year.
oh, oh, I remember. I remember that. Yeah, a lot of them wanted to push Phantom Liberty as like its game of the year, and I don't know. I actually think there should be a category for best expansion.
Yeah.
Um, at this point, especially with the amount that we get, I think that's a better place to put it. Than putting it with brand new games. I don't know if that's quite. I think that's apples and oranges a bit.
Yeah. We're gonna go over just a few highlights of some of these ones. I thought best adaptation was one of the funny ones because I thought the Minecraft movie was gonna win, but of course it was The Last of Us season 2 that was the winner.
It probably. I mean, none of these are good, by the way.
Yeah,
Maybe
none of these are
Splinter
good.
Cell. I haven't seen. I haven't seen Death
No,
Watch, but
it's terrible from
it's
what I
not
hear.
good. Oh
Yeah,
fuck.
like
So really, none of these should win. But the one that was the best I guess, and did the best was Minecraft.
I thought it was
So
going to be Minecraft. I think a lot of Minecraft fans generally thought this was a okay movie. But I'm also not
yeah,
shocked that The Last of Us is winning. Even though like we come from more of a sphere where we go like, what the fuck's wrong with you? When we see people go like Last of Us. I think it's just like
yeah,
I just feel like there's still so much undercurrent support for this game that we know it's there. Like that's the thing. We know that there's a crazy fan base for that too.
yeah. I do think that there's a lot of normies that were really not enjoying Last of Us season 2,
Yeah.
especially compared to season 1. I think the whole Joel being gone is still a bit of a whiplash, right?
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I is there really a winner in this one? It's
Somebody
they're
had
all
to
bad,
win. That's really what it was, right?
I
Somebody had to
guess.
win. It was one of
The
those ones.
funniest one would have been like Until Dawn, to be honest.
We got
Just wish it's a
Nazimer joining
goose.
us here. Says chicken jockey.
That's my boy. He's back from his transgender surgeries in Switzerland.
Yeah, exactly. That's our boy. Nazimer is my total war
That's our
buddy.
boy.
He is our boy. We share
All
custody
right,
of
I'll allow you to have access. Yeah, every other weekend you can have an Oscar.
This one I thought was interesting though because we went to best audio design and Battlefield 6 actually was the winner. So this was one of the ones that beat out Expedition 33 for one of the categories here.
I understand why too. I mean that's a big part of Battlefield. Is the design is where you're moving and the audio is moving with you, kind of realistically.
Mm-hmm.
I'm totally on board for them winning this. It kind of sucks that they got like the best CGI Oscar award type of thing, where it's like, you put out a really big game, and I do think it's a return to form for Dice,
Yeah.
especially considering what they've been putting out in the last 10 years. And it kind of sucks that it's only audio design that they're winning in, but they did do it really, really well. It
Yeah.
was really well done. It's a little thing, and it's one of those things where you may kind of just forget about it,
Mm-hmm.
but it adds so much to that game. I mean, if Battlefield 6 audio sucks, I don't think people are still playing RedSec, to be honest. Like, they won't ever say that's one of the reasons why, but it's a subconscious thing. So it's nice that they actually were rewarded for the good work that they did.
Yeah. The Nasmer's joking in here. Says, can't believe Tarkov 1.0 got snubbed for Game of the Year.
Nikita, we could have had Nikita dressed like a French man sitting with the friggin' Clair Obscur devs. This would have been great.
Yeah.
And we lost that, and I'm disappointed.
Next up, this one I thought was one I wanted to talk about. Innovation and accessibility, and Doom: The Dark Ages was the winner of this one. And to be honest with you, I think it did deserve it a lot.
I guess, but again, this is like a award that you put on. Funny enough, this was actually I think later in the. No, it was on the pre-show.
Oh, this
Yeah,
was on the main show. This one wasn't it?
Was it?
I think this was on the main show. Yeah.
Yeah, this is like the first one you give away on the red carpet, dude. This is like one that doesn't even. This is like the hidden Grammys, where they're like giving awards out while people are still funneling in from the red carpet,
like the rock and
none
roll
of that
segment.
footage ever sees. Yeah, exactly. Where none of that footage ever sees the light of day. That's what this should have been. And it's kind of a shame that a game like Atomfall, this is their only nomination this year.
Yeah.
That's a game that also I feel like could have done a lot more. I really don't have a dog in the fight. I think all of them do the accessibility to a pretty satisfactory extent. I feel like Atomfall is kind of thrown in there as like a pity nomination because they didn't put them in anything else. But it's just weird to think that Doom: The Dark Ages won something this year. That's a game that I found very unenjoyable.
Oh, really?
I did not. Yeah, I really didn't like it. I don't know. it's hard to explain why, but I just felt like there was a bit of a disconnect from what made the last two Doom games really really enjoyable for me.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't finish the game. I just ran into just not really enjoying myself while playing it. So that's kind of one where I'm like, I kind of wish that someone else won just cuz, but I they did all the shit with the sliders. They were big. They were talking all about the sliders and shit. So I guess they deserve the award. I'll let them have it.
And it says Doom Dark Ages lets you play with a lot of its inner workings by making it baby easy or crushingly hard. Heck, even let you adjust the slow-mo for parries now. I mean,
Yeah, there was
that's
this.
what I liked about it too. Everyone was like playing with them with like everything, all the sliders put to max, and it was like crazy to watch some of those people do all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, I honestly didn't fuck with the sliders at all when I got in there. I'm just like, I'm going on normal.
And Naz says over here, I don't like how accessibility is just difficulty sliders. It just shows me that the devs didn't have a clear vision for an intended experience. I mean, fair enough.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's nothing wrong with that.
That's the one thing I was thinking, because I thought accessibility was more like a physical accessibility. Someone with like 4 thumbs and 1 toe, and it's like now he's able to play FIFA.
I feel
That's
like
what I was.
I feel like it's all over the place. You know what I mean with that? Like, it's kind of like a remake remaster kind of thing. You know what I mean? Where it's like
Yeah.
nobody seems to know the exact definition or what they want to use it for, and they sometimes use it wrong.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It feels to me like there's a video topic I want to work on next year about accessibility in gaming that I've started to do a little bit of research on, but that's neither here nor there. Like, I feel like there's something there that I want to sit down and talk about one day, and it's going to be like it's a big topic, and I definitely don't want to spend any more time talking about it for at least this show. I guess we could talk about best multiplayer game. The winner was Arc Raiders.
I'm okay with that. Yeah, I think it would either have to be Arc Raiders or Battlefield. As much as I like Peak and Split Fiction, I have some spicy thoughts on Elden Ring, Night Rain. Basically, it's just a lazy asset flip. That's my opinion. Don't at me, bro. Arc Raiders, I think, definitely deserved it. It's a really good game, and if you're looking to possibly check out what extraction shooters are kind of like, it's a very good place on the shallow end of the pool to start.
Yeah. And last but certainly not least, the player's voice won. The winner was Wuthering Waves. No idea what this game really was. Do you know what this game is?
Yes, I do. And
You're breaking up. What?
Yeah, no, this is not. Basically, what happened is a bunch of like anime nerds.
You're far, it sounds like you're far away from your mic, buddy.
Oh, sorry, that must be Restream. Basically, is this better?
Yeah, you're much better now.
Okay. Yeah, basically what it is like a fucking mobile game. It's like Genshin Impact or some shit.
So Ching Chong Slop?
Basically, yeah, it's Asian mobile slop. So it winning is like kind of I don't know. I'm not a big fan of it winning. I do think that something like Silk Song or Dispatch were probably more deserving of this, and Expedition 33 probably was the runner up, I would assume, just based off of how popular that game is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. My bold take is maybe there should be a mobile game awards, and the mobile games should
There's
be
a mobile
completely
game on
separate
here.
Yeah.
Actually. Where is it at? I think I just saw it up here that we passed through. Best mobile game, actually, right here. And Withering Waves was nominated there, but I lost to Una Musume.
Yep. Yeah, I think the mobile games should be completely separate from the game, like traditional gaming, because I do think they're completely not completely different genres, but they're very, very different.
Yeah, just double checking in here. It's now in a better spot, but Dark Age did launch on the easier side, especially on normal. Since then, they have adjusted the default difficulties to me more in line with how you think they'd be. And Nasmer says, yeah, to me, accessibility is allowing compatibility for controllers, for the disabled, key binding settings, and how easy it is to run from how easy it is to run for a Romanian on a .03 low budget of first computer. So
Dude,
yeah,
if Tristan Tate can run it on his computer, it should win the fucking accessibility award, dude.
if he can run a
That's my
prostitution
thoughts.
ring on his laptop in the Romanian Alps, then he can do it anything, right?
Well, that I believe so. He's a real man, you know.
So those were basically a quick rundown of like the important nominees I wanted to talk about. Cream, do you have anything more thoughts that you like to add about any of these winners, nominations, categories? I don't think we really need to sit down and talk too much more about this since we pretty much did like 4 hour shows yesterday watching these damn events.
Yeah, the only thing I want to say is, didn't GTA win most anticipated game 2 years in a row now?
Yes, it did. Maybe 3.
That's fucking hilarious.
If it gets delayed again, it might win it for a third time. A hat trick.
I hope so. This is amazing. I love that. Yeah, that category should not exist. It's stupid, but I love how dumb it is.
Funny enough, that's the only comment on this one. What a nonsense award! The most anticipated game is literally what someone else.
Here's an award for something that doesn't even exist yet. Like,
yeah.
Oh God,
that's funny.
Gotta love Nuck Nuck.
That's so funny. All right, we're gonna get now onto the next topic, and that is everything that was announced at the Game Awards. I think that's the more pressing one that we're going to want to get into here. So let's go to this one. This article comes by the way of IGN, and let me close down the other tab so I can bring it up. So they started the show first off yesterday with the first look at the fate of the Old Republic coming out there, headed up by Casey Hudson, formerly of Mass Effect fame, all the way from, good old early days of BioWare Edmonton. Cream, what did you think about this?
I was excited. I mean, KOTOR was fucking crazy. All right. And the fact that we're getting like a spiritual successor, and I do believe he did work on the first KOTOR because that was BioWare.
Mm-hmm.
So we have somebody who worked on the original coming back to work on a spiritual successor. That's always going to pique my interest. Will it come out and be good? I have no clue. I mean, we don't have a good track record with Star Wars games lately. They've either just been kind of like slop or just not good. So I'm hopeful though. I really am. There's another Star Wars game that was announced where I'm less hopeful, but this one I actually think might be interesting.
Yeah, we can talk about all the Star Wars stuff right now. Let's just get it out of the way. So this is a brand new studio that Casey Hudson is going to be the head of too. It's called Arcanaut Studio. And they are very, very early in development from what they were saying in a press release not too long ago. So here we go. Press release. Led by Casey Hutton, Arcanaut Studios unites veteran storytellers and developers to create a spiritual successor to Knights of the Old Republic that blends innovative storytelling, memorable characters, and heart-pounding combat. Star Wars Faith of the Old Republic immerses players in an unforgettable experience where every decision deepens their journey towards light and darkness. Bullshit, PR speak, you should know what it is. Quote, working on the Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic was one of the defining experiences of my career, said Casey Hudson, game director at Arcanaut Studios. With Star Wars Fates of the Old Republic, we're telling a completely new and different story with everything we've learned since That's literally what it says. Crafting an environment adventure about choice, destiny, and the timeless struggles between light and darkness. It is a dream come true to once again collaborate with Lucasfilm Games. Another couple quotes here. Quote, we look to for partners who had no, we look for partners who have the drive and leadership to build something groundbreaking, and that what we see in Casey, said Jay Ong, head of Disney Games Corporation. Under Casey's direction, Argonaut Studios is assembling a team with a deep passion for storytelling and building immersive worlds. Their vision of Star Wars, I'm just going to skip the rest of this just to save time, is exactly the kind of ambition, high quality experiences we want to deliver for our players. And then the final quote of this article is, quote, the Old Republic era is rich and beloved part of Star Wars. That is very true. Galaxy, and we are thrilled to be exploring a fresh story that we've never seen before in Star Wars The Old Republic, said Douglas Riley, VP and GM of Lucasfilm Games. Argonaut Studios shares our enthusiasm for a galaxy far, far away, and their plans for this new narrative is inspiring. We believe fans will be delighted by the journey that awaits them, and we can't wait to share more. End quote. And this is also a Canadian studio there, so shout out Cream, a Canadian studio.
Yeah, that's right. We need jobs, baby. Yeah.
Out of British Columbia,
also,
Alberta. That's where you go.
Wow. British Columbia, Alberta.
Yeah, Edmonton, Alberta, and Kelowna, British Columbia.
Oh, Kelowna.
Kelowna, thank you. So that's where it's located. I didn't know how to say this one.
Yeah, we got fucked up names, especially out there where it's like Waka Haka Tukistan or whatever the fuck they call shit out there.
I'm from the Midwest, all right? You go to Wisconsin, you got like Wauwatosa and stuff like that. So trust me, I know.
Yeah.
You need to hear it first.
And then you're like, oh, that makes sense now.
It's like, okay, now I get it. It's like when you see Arnold Schwarzenegger and then someone tells you how to say it correctly. It's like, oh, I get it now. So with all that,
I was saying something really fucked up before when I was saying his name. Oh,
his father loved it though. I think that's what I hear. But yeah, do you have with all that stuff that you just heard there? What are your thoughts about this brand new studio, Casey Hudson, all this other bullshit that you heard from the PR speakers and stuff like that?
Well, obviously there's the whole PR bullshit, but I do think that there's something really interesting with this. Again, a guy who worked with on a game that was really fucking good. Probably KOTOR's like the best Star Wars game.
It's
right?
it's usually people's top one, yeah.
Yeah. So we have a guy who was working on that, also worked on the Mass Effect series, which was amazing sci-fi games, some of the best sci-fi games that, especially Mass Effect 2. I mean, that game is fucking amazing still. Now coming back and being able to do something set in the Old Republic time period, which he's already worked on. I think this is huge. Also, about an hour ago, he put out a tweet.
Yeah, I was going to get to that
saying,
one.
Oh, yeah, it's going to...
I was going to get to that
where it's going to take, like... Yeah. So that's also interesting, because that changes a lot of what I have to think about this game, too.
So we'll get right down to it. It was posted out there by good old Jason Schreier on Blue Sky. He said that last night's biggest surprise was Star Wars, led by Casey Hudson, who directed KOTOR and Anthem, because he has to throw a dig in there at any dev that he feels like for that. Exciting news for lots of people, but Lucasfilm says the studio was founded this year, which means that 2030 is optimistic guess. Maybe it'll be a PlayStation 7 launch. But that's Jason Schreier's opinion. It's not a fact. And then we have Casey Hudson says, still buzzing from the excitement last night. We are early in development, but we are looking forward to revealing more about Star Wars, and we will be sharing it here. And then he also says, don't worry about it. Not till 2030 rumors. Game will be out before that. Before then, I'm not getting any younger. So it sounds like they're getting all into high gear to make this game. And one more thing, too, for people who don't know, Casey Hudson was also worked on games like MDK2, Knights of the Old Republic, and for a while he was the head. Well, he was part of the Microsoft creative directors branch as well back in the day too. So he is a very well-established industry vet, to say the least.
Did he work at all on Baldur's Gate 1 or 2?
No, I think the first game
No.
he's
So he
credited.
joined after.
MDK4 was his first credited works, from what I was just reading.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, he's got a pretty good track record. That's a really good resume. So yeah, I'm really interested to see what they have to come up with. It's nice to see a this is not like Ubisoft doing this, to be honest. I'm kind of like, that's a better direction than what was going on, where it was like, okay, let's give it to EA, let's give it to Ubisoft, and then it just like, the best case scenario, the game comes out mid. Worst case, it's Star Wars Outlaws, which was
I heard
shit
mid.
show.
I heard that game was mid from a lot of people that played it. I mean, it did have some bugs and glitches too.
I heard a lot of people who were sponsored by Ubisoft say it was mid, and then I heard a lot of other people say this game fucking sucks. So,
I've heard a lot of people who weren't sponsored by Ubisoft. I will caveat that one. So okay. I like a couple of my friends, like Plume Gaming is like one of my friends out there who is really into game coverage, but he wasn't sponsored by Ubisoft. And also shout out another Canadian, by the way.
Well, let's get him sponsored by Ubisoft. We gotta give him that Ubi cash.
I want Ubi cash. Let me get it. Give me that Chinese money. Let's go. But that's all the news right now that we have for the new KOTOR game, or the new Old Republic game. Very early in development, so maybe in 2 more years we're gonna hear something new about that, especially because this trailer was announced, and usually these trailers are not announced just for us. They're announced for everyone to not worry about NDAs and go, hey, we're hiring. So there you go. New studio hiring to make a new Star Wars game. Next up, we have a thank you DLC trailer for Expedition 33. Did you see this by any chance?
No, I didn't see the trailer, but I heard they dropped it as soon as the award show ended.
All right, so
that it went live with an update.
Yeah, so we're gonna show the new update trailer. It's 1:22, and let me know if it's too loud, and I'll turn it down.
Rated M for mature.
Kids have quite the imagination now.
Yeah, they do. Asa mentioned this place, but he never showed it to me.
It was his private hideout when he wanted to escape. Nice try.
Let's dance.
Yes. My hair is impeccable.
Ooh, you're an artist then.
Au revoir, mes ennemis.
So that was the trailer for that one. I guess it adds like a new child theme expansion to it and everything else like that. Photo mode, and it looks like a bunch of new boss fights and challenges. Cream, what are your thoughts?
No, I like it. One of the things they added as well was some music.
Yeah.
They added like some of the music that they had left over into the game. So some stuff that like didn't make it on the cutting room floor originally is now being put in, and I mean that's one thing that I think even people who don't like Clair Obscura, because there are a few, I don't know why, but there are, and the one thing they'll be like is, oh yeah, that soundtrack is banger though. So you get more of the soundtrack, it's worth it right then, and I do believe it's free. from what I remember. It's like a free DLC. I should probably search that up though to make sure, but no, I mean this is real. I like the fact that the studio is very much into goodwill with the audience.
Yeah.
And them putting more effort into this one. I don't think they really needed to release this. This is just kind of like gravy. It's extra.
Yeah, it's free too, which I do like.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
This game really did get a lot of good push with that, and I think this is nice to see added on here. I don't know when you can access this. It looks like after Act 2 at the very least. So very tempted to go back and replay these games. I got to Act 2 and I kind of stopped. I need to restart from the beginning again. Let's go to the chat real quick. Mr. Nerd Takes is here, who watched the Game Awards with me last night. What up, everyone? He says. Good to see you, buddy. Hope you're having a good night. Also, Nasmer says, I'm interested, but I'm way more interested in something that delves into the rival family against the paintress. Probably a sequel, sadly. Very well, you know, this game was super successful, so they need to have something on the ground. Maybe a sequel game would help, to say the least. Maybe a shorter experience, too. Ando says, seems good, but would be more interested in maybe something that delivers more in Act 3, but as a free extra, I can't complain. You're correct. It's kind of hard to argue with more stuff, and it's for free. Also, did you see recently that this game was made on like a $10 million budget?
I saw something like that, which is holy fuck. If that's true, they raked in so much money.
Well, on top of that,
so much money.
Well, think about it this way too. All right, everyone. They had a deal with GameStop to sell the collector's edition and the Lumiere edition here in the States exclusively. They had a deal with Game Pass, so they got Game Pass bucks for that too. Sony PlayStation advertised it. Amazon just made an exclusive deal with them here as well, and I think in Canada too, to sell like a Amazon exclusive edition of the game too.
Yep.
So, like, you know, this studio is probably flushed with cash. Like, I'm pretty sure.
Oh, you give them like 2 more games, I think they would be like an actual major studio.
Mm-hmm. Oh, without
like
doubt.
if they can deliver. I don't know if whatever they come up with can be as big as Expedition 33. I think this is one of those games that's going to go down in history where it's like, yeah, we got like Mario, we got Sonic, we got friggin' GTA 5, we got Skyrim, we got Expedition 33. I really do think that it's going to go down like that and be in that category. Maybe not as good as those other games, but definitely in the same category. So it may be hard for them to follow it up press-wise. And again, they may not be able to reach the heights that they did with Expedition 33. But I have full confidence in them that they can put out something really good and really worthwhile buying. And if they can do it at another low budget, holy shit, they're like ahead of the curve of everybody. We got like AAA companies who are having these inflated budgets and then putting out games that aren't very good for a really high price.
Yeah.
Basically, the studio Sandfall is doing the exact opposite of like 2K, for example, and they're reaping in the rewards of that.
Yeah. On top of that too, like this game isn't out on Switch yet. You know they're going to be coming for a Switch 2 port of this very soon as well. Like, they're going to be raking in for a long time. Like this game's going to have a pretty good leg trail. I know they did like re-releases of the collector's edition and all, like they keep reprinting this game as well. Like I keep seeing it go up for sale, especially up in your neck of the woods at places like PMP and VGP a lot too.
Yep.
So this game's gonna have a trail, and like Ando is giving up over here, gave the impression they want Clair Obscur to be like a Final Fantasy type series where every game is a new setting and cast, but we'll see. But yeah,
that could be interesting.
It could be interesting. Look. This is a studio full of veteran devs. Like you could tell, like at the awards, you know, they were talking about everything too. Here, I think this is the game of the year acceptance speech.
And the game of the year is mon ami Clair Obscur, Expédition 33.
But let's get this. Let's hear the words from the director. First off, can I say I fucking hate how French they are?
Yeah, that I think that's honestly I can understand why people hate the game now because they are French.
Yes,
But no, yeah, that was a bit cringe. Them all showing up like generic Frenchmen, I thought, but whatever. They won the award, I guess.
yeah.
We should have got Dan Houser from Rockstar dressed like that too.
And Nazareth says, "God, that music was so fucking good." Yeah, it is good. You're not wrong, but yeah, But like I said, let's let the director speak for himself. I feel like there's a lot on these guys now because they basically were like the flash in the pan. Let's see if they're not a one-hit wonder. But let's listen to his words.
What a weird timeline for us. This was supposed to be a joke, the Berian Narnia. I have no idea what's happening. Well, I want to thank first the incredible team at Soundfall Interactive. They are not watching from home as we brought literally everybody here to celebrate with us, so I love you guys.
And one girl's like having a breakdown. She was crying so bad.
Yeah.
I also want to thank Kepler Interactive, our publisher, but also our localization teams, our playtesters, our wonderful cast for both motion capture and voice, and all the people who worked on this game to make it happen. It's really a teamwork. So just thank you to everybody who contributed. And also, I want to extend a thank to the unsung heroes of this industry, the people who make tutorials on YouTube on how to make a game, because we had no idea how to make a game before. So thank you.
I actually didn't hear his speech last night, so it was good to hear this one.
And I'll extend a personal thank you to an important man in my life, Mr. Hironobu Sakaguchi, who made me fall in love with games and inspired me to become a game dev. So thank you, Mr. Sakaguchi.
Wasn't that the guy you think who founded Final Fantasy, I think?
Yeah, he was one of the devs.
And finally, just a massive thank you to the players for all your covers, your fan art, your endless arguing about which ending is a good one. That's wonderful to read. Thank you so much. And I think that actions are worth more than words. So if you remember, we promised some content a few months ago. So I'm very happy to say that it's releasing now. And you can just go home and play. It's free. New weapons, new quests, new boss, so just the cool stuff. So just thank you so much. You changed our lives. You changed the studio's life, and it's really wonderful. So thank you, and for those who come after.
So somebody told me something else that he said something important, but I guess they're full of shit. So
yeah, what the hell, man?
We'll move on here. New Divinity game was announced. That weird statue that you saw going around was in fact the Divinity trailer. And what were you guys? Because I didn't watch your guys' recast, but when you saw the live actors running around looking all weird, and then you could see the obvious wires, and they started flowing people up in the air. What was your guys' response to this?
Oh, I was laughing. I just started laughing. I'm pretty sure a little bit maniacally. Yeah. I did think that the trailer was really fucking cool. I kept laughing and making jokes about the Wicker Man. And the Lizard Man was getting his dick rode into the fucking pavement. So there was that too. There's the Troll Man was vomiting on the pigs. It was a trailer. Holy crap. I am excited, especially coming from Larian's studio. I really enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3, especially being a type of, that type of game that, or one of those types of games that I can't really get into. I found Baldur's Gate 3 was surprisingly easy to get into, much like Clair Obscur. So I am excited to see what they do next. They're one of my favorite studios out there currently. It being their biggest game ever could be when other studios say it, I'm very concerned. When these guys say it, I'm like, okay, all right, we're in for something really good here. So I'm excited to see what it's about. I haven't played anything in the Divinity series.
I was going to ask you that. Have you
so
ever played anything in Divinity?
No, I have not. So this is going to be a bit of a rude awakening for me, I guess.
I think I own the games somewhere in my vast sea of virginity. I don't know. I have to go look at it. But yeah, I'm curious to go look at Divinity after this one, because I hear a lot of people say that actually Divinity is actually better than Baldur's Gate from some of the hardcore Larian fans. So looking forward to that one as well.
Yes.
And then we got Mr. IJP coming in saying, Carl, reliving the good old days yesterday.
Back in my day, which was yesterday.
How are you doing?
We had
buddy?
Divinity trailers.
It's good to see you here, buddy. Thank you. Next up, Capcom finally confirms Leon S. Kennedy and Resident Evil Requiem. Shocking no one. That was leaked many times by GameStop and other outlets too. Also, this one was announced that it's going to be getting a Grace Ashcroft amiibo as well, which I thought was kind of funny. That was other news that was released a while ago. But yeah,
they also
go on.
Here's an. Oh, I was just gonna say they also said it was going to be split into two, so you're gonna have a Leon side of the story and a Grace side of the story, kind of like Resident Evil 2, right?
Yeah,
so,
like Leon and Claire.
Yeah. So they said that they're going to be doing that in this game. So interesting. Apparently, one's supposed to be more like traditional Resident Evil, and then Leon is going to be fucking just like action-packed type of thing. So I don't know. But I am excited for this game. I do think that this is going to be one of the standouts of the year. My only worry is Capcom has lately had a bad track record of optimizing their games, especially for PC. They come out very, very buggy, even if the games are like, look at Monster Hunter Wilds, which was a good game, but it was buggy as shit when it came out.
Yeah,
and for some people, it was unplayable.
Mostly on PC. I've never heard anyone say anything about console, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but it's their PC stuff, and that was the same thing with Dogma as well.
Yeah, but I want to add something else. Did you know that Capcom is trying to make PC their main platform?
Well, they might have to have a bit more work done.
Yeah,
that's
I am hopeful what I find weird.
I am hopeful that because it's RE9, that maybe they're going to put a little bit more effort in. But then again, I also did say that with Monster Hunter, where I'm like, well, it's Monster Hunter. That's like their biggest franchise at this point. So, hopefully they put in the effort. So I don't know. I am cautiously optimistic. I do think story-wise and gameplay-wise, it will be fun. It's really just the optimization part that I'm looking about.
I feel like for me, like, their single player games, I don't think I've ever had like real optimization issues, but like when it starts getting to like the open world and all that other stuff, I feel like on PC that's when you really noticed it a lot more. It's just the RE engine just was having an issue for some reason, to be honest with you, and that's weird because it was really well optimized for like the base Nintendo Switch console when they did Monster Hunter Rise. So that's why I find it weird.
Yeah.
But,
for sure.
That's neither here nor there. It comes out February 27th. You can pre-order it now and have a good go at it. And it's also coming to Switch 2 as well. Like I said, they are also getting an amiibo for this game. You want to watch the trailer for this one, or do you want to move on?
Let's move on to the next one, I think.
Okay, because we're going to probably rewatch this trailer because this one I think was probably the best trailer of the night in my opinion. Obviously, we got announcements that Tomb Raider Catalyst announced for 2027 and Tomb Raider 1 Reimagining announced for 2026. This one is published by Amazon Games, developed by Crystal Dynamics, and co-developed with Flying Wild Hog Studio. Obviously, this is Tomb Raider 1 remake, and we will. Which trailer do you want to show off first? You want to show the Catalyst and then the remake, or do you just want to show one?
Yeah, let's. Yeah, we can do Catalyst first.
All right, so let's.
And then do the remake.
The entire world knows your legend. You survived the Dragon's Triangle. Crossed the threshold to Atlantis. I've heard a dozen tall tales that say you're unstoppable. But I say, all legends must come to an end.
That's where you're wrong. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, this one is not co-developed by Flying Wild Hogs. This one is Amazon's Game Studios and Crystal Dynamics. One more question I gotta ask. I don't really like getting into the drama, but I feel like this one has been kind of making me like go like, do these people even know what a woman looks like? Do you think that this Lara Croft looks ugly?
No, I think the lighting at the beginning was what was, because I was on stream and a couple people were like, "Ooh, I don't know about that," and I think it was just the lighting, because I was like, it looks more like Lara Croft than the last ones we got. I just call it the Rebar saga because I can remember she getting fucking impaled. Yeah, she got rebarred, so I just call it the Rebar trilogy of Tomb Raider. Which was not. They were all right games, but they were not what people wanted from Tomb Raider. This seems like it's a return to form. It actually looks like Lara Croft. Yeah, it's not like it looks fine. Like it looks like a what a woman would look like. I don't know. I think a lot of the people complaining don't actually know what women look like, which is concerning.
I don't think they felt a woman a lot of people.
They don't know what a woman's touch feels like.
Yes, no, they don't. Even their mothers didn't touch them. Now, this is the one that's coming out next year, co-developed by Flying Wild Hogs and obviously Crystal Dynamics, published by Amazon. And to be honest with you, this was, I think, the most impressive trailer of the night, because this one I feel like is the closest to what I was expecting a remake of Tomb Raider to look and feel like. And let's play this one.
Yes, this is a standout of the Game Awards, at least in my eyes.
Yeah, we'll talk more after. Let's let this one play real quick. About a 2-minute trailer.
It's been years. But the events are still etched in my memory. Lost worlds, frozen in time. New discoveries, waiting behind every door. Across every chasm. I didn't know then path this adventure would send me on. But it lit a fire that still burns.
Like, I want to pause here. Like, if she actually does all this like fluidly, like these flips and stuff, like that's gonna be good.
Oh yeah,
You know,
that's my hope. I mean, like if you looked at that thing on the bridge with the pull up, I was like, okay, all right, this is a good game. Like it's got that kind of acrobatic style, which was kind of meant to be there in the first Tomb Raider. I think it was kind of limited a bit based on
it was a
tech,
PS1 game,
but,
obviously.
yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
it had tank controls. Let's be honest.
But I mean, it did. Thank God for the remasters. Thank fuck for those with modern controls.
Yeah.
But also you had like Laura's house, which is filled with like gymnast rolling mats and stuff. So that's something, as like a fan of the franchise, I really like them kind of reintroducing that, because it wasn't really there in the other games.
I also love the grappling hook. I'm a sucker for a grappling hook, man. I think that's going to add a lot of verticality to the gameplay as well.
Yep.
I need to see more. I need to go further. To uncover the secrets of Atlantis. Some legends are destined to be retold.
So that is the new Tomb Raider game out there, coming next year. Don't know when, probably later in 2026 as well. One more thing too, I want to put it out there. Flying Wild Hogs, if you don't know what games they've made and what they, maybe you've heard a lot of these games actually. They made Shadow Warriors 3, Evil West, Space Punks, and Trek to Yomi for those. Also, Polish-based studio, if you're wondering where they're from. Now, Cream, have you played any of those games that I just listed?
I think I played a little bit of Evil West. The other ones, no, I've not played, so I don't have a lot of experience with that studio. Trying to remember what I thought of Evil West. It was a very short amount that I played over at like a buddy's house, so it's not enough hands-on experience to really give it like a oh, I really liked it, or oh, I thought it was shit. So but I am excited that they're kind of shout out to the wolves being back. All right, as long as those fucking bats aren't around, I fucking hate those things. Now, it might have been because of the tank controls and that I was also a 4-year-old trying to play that game. But, fuck the bats. Wolves are good shit because they have a bigger, hitbox. They don't fucking fly around like that. So, no, that really, I'm really excited for that. It's good to see that it feels like the franchise is getting to a place where it's in a healthier position. Because I honestly, I was kind of worried that like if we got a bombing Tomb Raider game, that it's gone. So luckily, it seems like it's actually going to be all right. It seems like it's going to be a better game. So I'm hoping for the best. I'm on so much hopium right now. It's not even funny.
Yeah, like I said, the trailer looked pretty damn cool. I'm not gonna lie. I actually do enjoy quite a lot of those Flying Hogs games. Trek to Yomi is actually a pretty cool side scroller, Kurosawa looking samurai video game. I actually enjoyed that game a lot. I loved Evil West. I thought the combat was good. Really shitty story, but interesting at the same time. Very double A feeling. So I think they're a studio that's earned my trust a little bit. And with Crystal helping, Amazon publishing, this might be the first real big win Amazon Games has probably ever had. So we'll see.
Yeah, especially considering it's literally just all been L's. I don't know
Yeah.
if they've actually had a win.
I think they've had a kind of win, and I guess that kind of counts, with the old world and stuff like that.
Yeah, but that shut down, didn't it?
It's about to shut down, yes.
Yeah, so I think we call that one an L too, sadly.
Yeah. All right, moving on. This game personally is on my list of anticipated games. I love the first Control game, so Control Resonant has been announced. Remedy Entertainment. Did you like the first Control game?
I have not played it. I have to be honest. Not a big fan of Remedy.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I'm a huge fan of Remedy.
I love Max Payne 1 and 2. Those are great games. I could never get into Alan Wake, and then the whole like weird kind of extended universe shit where it's like Control is kind of connected to Alan Wake, and then like they kind of like hint and tease that like Max Payne's connected, and oh man, I could never get into it. I hope the game's good, especially for people who do like these games. But this is one I'm probably not going to check out. Eventually, when Epic gives it away for free, I will claim it and put it in my library. But like I did with Control.
Oh, you haven't played Control yet, but you own it. All right.
I haven't played Control. I do own it technically. Thank you, Epic Games, for just giving away fucking free games every week. So maybe I should check it out. You know what? I might actually check it out this holiday and see if I like it.
Yeah, it is definitely one of the better games in my opinion. It was my game of the year when the year came out as well. And Nerdy Neo says, I think you mean New World. There you go. You're correct. I do mean New World. Hi, Neo. How are you doing? Yeah, basically, you got two split people here. One that doesn't really like Remedy. I'm a big Remedy fan. So, did you watch this trailer? What did you think about it?
I thought it was interesting. Again, being someone who really doesn't like Remedy, it was a lot of, oh, okay. so it's. I don't know if the game's for me really. I don't want to shit on it too much because again, we don't know what it's going to be like, what it's going to come out as. There's really not a lot to go off of with it. It's a lot of cinematic stuff. So yeah, I mean, I think if I check out Control 1, I'll have an idea of what I think this game is gonna be like for me and what my excitement level would be. But right now, it's at a meh. Not really excited about it at all, but that's just me.
Yeah, so we do have some more information about Control. It came out here on the PlayStation blog, so link to the article is in the description of this video if you want to read it. I'll take a few quotes about it. So let's start off here. The first game told Jesse Faden's story, her search for her missing brother Dylan inside the Federal Bureau of Control's mysterious headquarters, the oldest house. Resident is Dylan's story, the other half of the sibling tale. After years in confinement, Dylan is now being deployed by his former captors at the height of a supernatural crisis. The Federal Bureau of Control is struggling to contain a world-ending threat as Manhattan becomes a new battleground, a warp city where cosmic forces twist reality, bend gravity, and reshape the skyline into something unrecognizable. So obviously you're going to be playing as Dylan, and they say over here that it's going to be an action RPG, and what this says here is, when we say action RPG, we mean freedom, the ability to shape how Dylan grows, fights, and survives, his supernatural powers and weaponry evolved through a deep progression system, allowing multiple combat styles and approaches to exploration. So it sounds like it's going to have a little bit more RPG-focused elements to this one, as where the first one was more of a run-and-gun action adventure kind of game. So definitely if you want to look more into that one, like I said, the link to it is in there from the PlayStation blog in the description of this video. And you can read more about it in detail on your own time. Cream, any final thoughts before we move on to another announcement?
Good luck for Remedy. They really need this to make a lot of fucking money. They're struggling right now from the
Yes.
last thing I saw. So yeah. Hopefully for their sake that this does well. And I'm happy we didn't see Sam Lake at all this year. Thank fuck for that.
But we did see them use those wires. They got their money's worth.
That's true, yeah.
Next up, Returnal successor Saros gets a new trailer and release date. April 30th, 2026 is when Saros comes out. Saros is made by Housemarque Games out of Finland, I believe their studios, so another Finnish studio. Did you play Returnal? Do you have any opinions about this?
So I didn't play Returnal. Is this the game that got delayed immediately after the fucking trailer dropped?
I actually don't know.
I know one of them yesterday got delayed like immediately after the trailer dropped for the Game Awards. They're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's delayed a month."
Oh fuck! I don't think it was this one. I don't think it was this one, but yeah, I know that there was.
Oh, okay.
I know what you're talking about. No, I don't know what that one is. That's actually an interesting one. Maybe we'll see more about it, but it didn't say anything in this little article here. People who haven't played Returnal, this looks like a Returnal game. I didn't think this game looked that good. Do you want to watch the trailer or do you want to skip it? That's the question.
Oh, we can skip it. It just kind of was. I think this was one of the weaker trailers of the entire the show.
Yeah, like Returnal is a roguelike bullet hell kind of game, and that's what this is. It's another bullet-like rogue hell game. And to be honest with you, I think this is starting to get the Sony stench on it, because now it shows like a lot of voice acting and stuff like, it looks like mocaps in it, so it might be another Sony formula, but it's a roguelike action bullet hell game. I don't know. Time will tell. Never played the real first one that well. I heard a lot of people liked it from what I can remember, but it also suffered from a lot of performance issues on the PlayStation side at least, so we shall see. If you're interested in it, once again, Saros comes out April 30th, 2026. Do you have any closing thoughts on that, Cream?
Good luck with their future endeavors. I don't know. The trailer kind of sucks. Hopefully the game doesn't suck as much as the trailer did.
New Mario Galaxy movie footage was out there. Do you have anything to say about this? Because I really don't.
Oh, what? The whopping 4 seconds we got of it? Yeah. Not really, no.
Okay, we'll move on.
I mean, we got 30 new seconds. Let's go. We got Bowser Jr., dude. That's pretty wild.
Next up, we got Mega Man. New Mega Man game announced for launching in 2027. Are you a Mega Man fan by any chance?
I'm a bit of a Mega Man fan. I'm a casual fan, let's just say. I mean, it's a fun platforming series. I'm glad to see that we're getting a new Mega Man. Kind of disappointed that it's actually 2027 it's coming out. Especially because it looked like we had like actual like gameplay in the trailer. So that's always kind of annoying when you see a game with actual gameplay in the trailer, and then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, you gotta wait like a full year. So that's the only problem I have with this. I just wish it was coming sooner.
Oh yeah, they also announced some more stuff about Mega Man right now. Mega Man 11 is on sale on Steam, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. I didn't see PlayStation yet, but it might be for all those guys out there. It's on sale right now for $5, so if you want to play the last entry of a Mega Man game, it's at a super cheap price point. And on top of that, too, it's also receiving more localization options as well for Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese, and a couple other languages to boot as well. So if you're looking to play the old Mega Man games, or I should say the latest Mega Man game before this one, It's currently on sale for $5 on all platforms except PlayStation right now, but it'll probably be there soon. Um, I know Neo is a bigger Mega Man fan than I am. I like Mega Man Legends more, and I'm still disappointed that we did not get a Mega Man Legends 3 or a Mega Man Legends collection like we've been getting everything else. So I'm very upset by that, but not as upset as the Half-Life 3 fans after they were trolled by this announcement, and we have seen some glorious meltdowns online about that.
Extra Zero was like Adolf in the bunker after we ended. He was screaming 9 over and over again. He's like 999. His hair was going wild. He was freaking out.
Yeah,
I'm just fucking with you. He was slightly disappointed.
I know he was one of the ones that was believing the hopium for it.
You know what? I bought into it too. I believed in the hopium, and I don't regret a goddamn thing. I still believe.
One day, but it is not this day. So there you go,
Probably
Mega
one
Man
day
fans.
next year.
Yeah. So there you go, Mega Man fans. There you go. You gotta wait at least another year after next. Next up, Lego Batman Legacy Dark Knight got another trailer, and to be honest with you, I have never been hyped for a Lego game, but this is the first Lego game I'm actually hyped about.
Dude, okay. This is the game I'm probably the most hyped for next year. That includes GTA, maybe Half-Life 3. Oh man, I spent hundreds of hours playing the original one on the Wii. I used to get up Saturday morning super early. I'd try to get up at like 6:30 in the morning, and so I could get the TV to myself and I could just grind through Lego Batman. I 100% completed this game, which I very rarely do with games. I absolutely loved this game when I was a kid. Didn't really play much of the other ones because I kind of grew out of it, but this is a game I'm probably going to get, and I do think it's going to be good. They are basically throwing everything in this game.
I know. You're not lying about that. They added Lego Arkham Asylum into this game. They made references to like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, Mr. Freeze Batman, the Tim Burton Batman,
Danny
DeVito. You know what? Like I said, this looks like, and I said this yesterday, but I'll say it again. But like, no disrespect here, but it looks like a video game, not like a Lego game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they showed a little bit of the gameplay running at Gamescom, and it felt like Arkham, like an Arkham game, but in Lego form. And now that we see that they actually put Arkham Asylum in here in some way, shape, or form, like I said, this looks like, ironically enough, like the definitive Batman game. I'm not gonna lie to you here. This game, this game's kind of just ticking up more of my list of like, 2026, it's going to be a fucking stacked year, but this game is like slowly we're making it like a meteoric rise up that list for me of like, damn, I can't wait for this to come out, especially because it will be around Labor Day next year. So looking forward to that, because that's also around my birthday time. So this might be a little birthday gift to myself.
Ooh. Yeah, this is I remember the original one was stacked, especially because when it came out, it wasn't like Batman the Animated Series was on anymore. So like you may get a couple cartoons, but it was mostly like the Justice League cartoon. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, I do.
That was the main thing I was watching with Batman as a kid. So like that was the first time I saw like Man-Bat, which is still one of my favorite Batman villains, just because he's a giant bat. He's literally just a giant bat. It's like they kind of got a little lazy with that one, I think, but it's funny as hell. You got like Mad Hatter in there, like Clayface was in there. Like it had like his whole like rogues gallery, and this game is going to have even more. It's going to, they basically said like everything's in this game. everything.
Yes,
Like,
and we literally mean
you want
everything.
you want Heath Ledger Joker, it's in here. You want like Cesar Romero Joker, also in here. So it's just gonna be, I mean, the Adam West suit's in there. The pre-order is like the Dark Knight Rises suit.
And
So they've basically thrown everything into this game, and I hats off to them for that.
on top of that too, they also put in Batman Beyond as well. That was just announced too.
Yes. Yeah.
I like I said, this game has looked good in the limited amount that we've seen of it. It looks like it's really honoring the history of Batman. It really looks like they're going to hit every nostalgia like talking point with you. I'm looking forward to this game. Like I said, it's very creeping up. Next week we're doing our top 5 most anticipated games of 2026, and dude, that list is getting hard. Number 5 is always hard, man. But it feels like this year, all 5 spots are going to be very hard. So,
I need this game. All right, my childhood is coming to an end. Okay, part of my childhood dies tomorrow when John Cena retires. I need Lego Batman to fill that hole. Yeah, or else I'm gonna spiral live on your. I'll do it on your channel so you get the content.
There you go. But I definitely check this game out. Look at it. Do we want to play the trailer or do we want to skip it?
I mean, you can if you want. Yeah, I think it's a pretty cool trailer. There's a lot of stuff. I think a lot of little Easter eggs.
All right, we'll play the trailer then. So there we go. We're kind of doing the trailer section mixed in with the news section this time, folks.
Make sure he stays secured at all times.
You want to see a magic trick?
The city has become a breeding ground for suffering and injustice. It must be destroyed. Let's get to work.
Who are you?
I think we can help each other.
This town deserves a better class of criminal.
Good evening, Gotham. Join us in a celebration of absolute chaos!
Someone's gotta step up!
Let's get to the root of the problem.
We don't do that.
Sorry.
Lights forecast. A freeze is coming.
This is my favorite part.
Yeah, but that, like I said, that game looks great. I loved how they incorporated pretty much all the Batmobiles from so many different generations in that trailer too.
Yeah. The only thing we're missing is Bane from Batman and Robin, which is the greatest iteration of any character in history, because he's just a man who runs around basically grunting
Screaming, yeah.
big yeah, he just screams, grunts, and has like big gooey vein fucking tubes all over the place. It's great.
And the nerdy Neo says, I was hoping for Mega Man X9, but I'll take what I could get. Fair enough on that one. Next up, the new Diablo expansion, Lord of Hatred, revealed, adds 1 but not 2 classes, including the Paladin class. This trailer looked pretty good. I always say Blizzard knows how to make a really damn good trailer. But I did fall off of Diablo 4 with everyone else, and I'm very far behind. Cream, do you have any opinions on this one?
No, not really. I gotta be honest. Diablo 4 fell off. They're no longer cool. The kids don't think they're Skibbity Ohio anymore. But I mean, jokes aside, they really have been struggling, especially after that first update. And then now you have games like Path of Exile 2, which is in the same genre, the same vein, and I think it's been a difficult go for Diablo. So hopefully for them, this expansion's good. But yeah, it's I don't know, man. I don't feel too confident in Blizzard right now.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to go check it out. I know Diablo 4 was not a bad game necessarily, but like you said, that first update really fucked it up for a lot of people.
Yeah.
Street Fighter TV movies trailer spot. You have anything to say about this at all?
We got my boy Cody Rhodes as Guile, so it's going to be the greatest film ever made. No, this film's going to suck. This film's going to be terrible, but I'm going to watch it and I'll have fun watching it. It's one of those films that's going to be so bad it's good, I hope.
I'm just upset that 50 Cent wasn't there.
Well, he's too busy fighting Diddy. He's street fighting Diddy.
I know, but
now he's
I wish he was there.
He's taking Diddy down. Oh, he could have shit talked Diddy at the Game Awards.
That would have been great.
That would have been bold. This literally would have been the best Game Awards ever if he did.
Yeah, and then him and Jeff would have spit roasted Miss Piggy, and then there you go. It would have been the greatest show ever.
Holy shit. Oh no, no, Curtis 50 Cent Jackson. What are you doing to Miss Piggy?
Next up, we got the second Star Wars game that was announced that night, and that is Star Wars Galactic Racer, announced from former Burnout devs and Need for Speed developers. You had some thoughts about this one there, Kareem, so what were they?
Well, this made me very angry because I heard, oh my god, Need for Speed and Burnout guys. Oh man, are we getting a remaster? And then I see fucking pod racing speeder racing, which is literally like it's worse than pod racing. I would actually rather pod racing.
I wish.
And the only bright spot is all we saw was old ass Sebulba, and that's it. I hate this. This makes me feel pain. I don't know if the game's going to be good or not. I hope so, but it just was a fake out, and I didn't like it, and it made me depressed. I can't recover from it, honestly.
Yeah, pod racing's still good. Even when they ported it to modern consoles, it still holds fucking up really good, man. Like, if you haven't, definitely check out the pod racer game that's currently out, but let's get into the details about this one. This comes from Gamatsu, which is linked down below if you want to read this. Quote, "For us, Star Wars has always represented the power of wonder, and racing is one of its most thrilling expressions," said Fuse Game CEO Matt Webster in a press release. With Star Wars Galactic Racers, we wanted to reinvent what a racing game can be: adventurous, spectacular, and exhilarating. We want every race to feel alive with dynamic risk and reward choices, and every victory to feel incredible. Coming over here, too, from another dev on the thing, Secret Model Publishing Officer James Schall said, "Star Wars Galaxy Racer is excellent, exactly the kind of bold innovation experience Secret Model was found to support. Fuse Games are building something truly genre-defining, a racing adventure with depth, drama, and identity. We are proud to partner with them and work in collaboration with Lucas Games to bring their vision together." So about the game, so here's some key features. Compete in high-stakes race where every race is unique. Slam shut and take down rivals across various circuits. Where no two runs play the same, the greater the risk, the greater reward. Going over here, survive a dangerous underground sport. Join the Galactic League, an unsanctioned racing circuit born in the lawless Outer Rim. Become Shade, a loner racer chasing revenge and glory. So it sounds like there's going to be a story mode to this one. Build and customize your craft. Pilot different classes of repulsed craft, each with distinct physics and playstyles. Build a ride that showcases your style and gives you a competitive edge. Battle rivals in multiple game modes. and climb the ranks and earn rewards. So yeah, that's what it was. Coming from Fuse Games, with the publisher being, of course, Lucasfilm, and Secret Mode is the whole thing about it. So it sounds like it's going to be kind of bringing back that cheesy Need for Speed goodness in a Star Wars form.
Yeah, and for that, yeah, all right. If the game's good, I'll play it. I really just did want like an actual like Need for Speed or Burnout game. You know what I mean? And this then being like a Star Wars one, I'm like, fuck, couldn't you do it with cars? I want to drive a Supra around and be a douchebag. And now I just drive around the fucking little bullshit thing that Luke took to the fucking get fucking power converters or whatever.
Yeah.
It's not as fun as the Supra, you know?
It's like shooting Womp-Wats on a speeder bike or something. Like, I don't fucking know. He said something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah,
going to Tashi Station or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, this could be good. I don't want to fully shit on it just yet, so I'm gonna hold my opinion for it. It has a 2026 release date, so we'll learn more about it relatively soon. Next up, we got Phantom Blade Zero, which comes out September 9th of next year. Were you interested in this game?
Yeah, I liked the trailer. The trailer was very good, very interesting. I'm excited. I don't know much about this game besides what I saw yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a game that over the holidays I'm definitely going to look up more, try to see as much as I can about it. And it's definitely going to be on my wish list and one of the games I'm excited to hopefully play next year. Yeah, I really liked what they showed.
So this one is, like it says in the article, 2.5 years after its PlayStation Showcase debut. We're getting to see more and more of these games come out. This is part of the China Hero Initiative. Do you know what that is?
Yes. Yep. Big fan of China.
So this is another one of those Chinese games that's going out there and being published by Sony. I think a lot of people may know what this is. It released this year from Sony. It was Lost Souls Aside. Did you hear about that game? Did you play it by any chance?
I didn't play it, but I did hear a bit about it. I heard it was okay. It's all right. Sony is really pushing a lot of
your mic's breaking up
Chinese game. Oh, sorry. Yeah, Sony's been pushing a lot of these Chinese games lately, so it's not a surprise that this is a part of it. This one looks really interesting, though. It might be one that I actually have to check out.
Yeah, it looked really good. Let's play the trailer for everyone here.
Big fan of the Asian banjo noises.
Yeah, the Chinese guitar. Thank you, Neo. Yeah, he pulls like.
Near that place, at least not anymore. But you like darkness?
I knew it. You'd never break so easily. But why did you come back?
The Order's blades are coming. They failed once, but they won't fail again.
save our people. The girl's nothing but a shell now. She'll never be the same.
You broke my blade.
But we broke your spirit!
Phantom is movement, striking from where none expect. Blade is breath. We channel it into steel, turning any blade into a divine weapon.
This is the part of the trailer I actually really liked.
Oh yeah.
When Phantom and Blade
Just like
unite,
you could see like
no
all
enemy
these powers
stands.
from like other fights they clearly won, and like how there's like other stuff in there fight to like counter the boss. Now, my only concern is, will this play like Devil May Cry, or will this play like a Dark Souls game? And I really hope it doesn't play like a fucking Dark Souls game.
It'll probably be like Black Myth, I think.
If it plays like Black Myth, I'm gonna hate it too, because I don't like games that play like that, you know?
There's one thing I really liked that I didn't notice on the first time I saw the trailer. That like kind of like drunken master type of shit that was going on that you could do. I kind of like that. That's something I don't see much of in games. So kind of cool that they're bringing that into this game. And yeah, man, I'm hopeful that it's good and hopefully it comes to PC pretty quickly.
It's a day and date. Is
it? Okay,
yeah.
Thank God for that. All right. That's good to know.
Yeah, so there you go. Check it out. September 9th next year, date and date on PC and PlayStation 5. Part of the China Hero project. Alrighty. Next up, Pragmata gets a demo and a Switch 2 confirmation, as well as an amiibo of the little girl from the game 2 from Diana. She's going to get an amiibo as well. Cream, do you have anything to say about this game? It was announced a long time ago. People thought it was vaporware, and now it's got an official release date coming out April 24th of next year.
Yeah, this is a game that got announced with the PlayStation 6, I believe. It was supposed to be like out on the PlayStation. No, sorry, PlayStation 5. What am I talking about?
I was gonna say, like,
5.
I thought you were being funny. I thought you were making a joke.
Well, no, I mean, we genuinely thought it was going to come out on the PlayStation 6 at one point. If it was going to come out at all, it seemed like it was in development hell. But this was, originally announced around the same time as the PlayStation 5, maybe at the PlayStation 5 launch thing when they were showing off games.
It was like an Xbox showcase too and everything. It's been everywhere.
Yeah, and it's been showing. It shows up every once in a while. Like we basically see it once a year, and it's like, oh man, is this game ever gonna come out? Hey, getting a release date, that's pretty big. I don't know what the hell this game's gonna be like, because honestly, it's concerning that it's been in development for so long. But also, I mean, it could be pretty good. This is a wait and see for me. This one, I think this is a game I'm going to keep my eyes on, and hopefully it's good, obviously. But yeah, this is kind of a wait and see for me on this one. But I am glad that we finally got a release date, because Jesus, it's been way too long.
I will say this, next Tuesday I will be streaming the demo. I have it downloaded and ready to go, so and if you don't want to wait till next Tuesday, like I said, there's a demo currently up right now on Steam, so you can download it and try it before you buy it. And that's what I did. I downloaded it. So go check it out for yourself there. And like I said, it is coming to Switch 2, and there will be a demo, an amiibo of this little girl, Diana, as well. There was a lot of unhinged comments in that thread section about her amiibo that I need to bleach my eyes after reading some of them.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, that was a nightmare. All right, moving on. Next one, Gangs of Dragon is Tashiro Nagoshi's new game, and it sure looks like Yakuza. Basically, out there, for people who don't know, Nagoshi is the original creator of the Yakuza series. He left the studio, I think, to go work at Tencent, founded a brand new studio, and yeah, this game definitely did look just like a Yakuza game, for sure. Do they have the trailer here so we can show that off? If it'll work. No, it's not working. Or that's a commercial for something else. But yeah, let me see if I can find a trailer for it real quick. No, I don't. I thought I pulled it up. I guess I didn't. Oh. No, I just got some screenshots of it. But yeah, that's basically what we got over here. Huge Yakuza fan, so I'm curious to check it out. Cream, what are your thoughts? Are you a Yakuza fan? Do you have any thoughts about this guy?
I am not a fan of Yakuza. I'm not opposed to it. I know it is shocking. It is shocking. I think I just caused Carl to have an aneurysm there with that take.
Not yet.
Not yet. It's
Not
coming,
yet.
guys.
One day.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. I really do like the Yakuza gameplay. It's just something that's kind of like a blind spot for me. We all have our gaming blind spots, right?
Yep.
So
We all
that
do.
was kind of one of mine. So I'm really excited to see this game. When I saw it, I was like immediately like, oh, we're getting like a Yakuza-like game.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great. And I didn't realize until afterwards that it was, the same guy behind the Yakuza series. So that's something else where it's like, wow, okay, this is something that is going to. It's one of my more anticipated games of the year now, coming up. And there's a lot to be anticipating this next year. So that says I do think of this pretty highly, considering who's a part of it, what type of game it's going to be. I do think that this game is going to be really, really good. So, hopefully it's good enough to be like sleeper game of the year hit. Kind of hard to compete with GTA and Resident Evil, but we never know. Maybe it can be kind of one of those sleeper games of the year.
Yeah, and I don't know when this game will have a release date too. It did not actually have one. I think it was a teaser trailer, so maybe we'll hear more about it later this year. Maybe at the next summer showcase in, next year when the Midway Keeley Awards begins. Moving on, Warlock Dungeons and Dragons is a new single-player RPG that leans into expressive magic. This looked boring and lame, and I kind of called it as, is this like a Dungeons and Dragons game on the stream? Do you have any thoughts about this one?
I thought it looked all right. I don't know if I really saw enough to like make a full opinion on it. I want to see more. I want to see a lot more from this game before I really like make a definitive opinion on it. But yeah, it's I'm interested, especially considering like the last D&D game I played was Baldur's Gate 3. Now it's not the same people, but
right, it's Wizards of the Coast actually publishing it too, by the way.
Yeah, exactly, which is concerning. But look, I'm interested to see what else, what all it entails before I make my mind up on it.
Okay, then moving on. Force 3 confirmed. I never played the Sons of the Forest games. Have you?
No, I've not. I was just thinking back. I'm like, did I play the Forest? No, I haven't played any of them. I know I have a lot of friends who played them and fucking love them. They're kind of one of those games where I just overlooked. I think I was trying to play Rust at the time, so I was being very racist. So it kind of was I was a bit distracted with that to be playing the Forest, but it's nice to see that they're making a third one. Hopefully, it doesn't take forever for it to come out. But yeah, I'm definitely excited to see what they're cooking up with that one too.
Yeah, so I have no opinion about it. Never played these games, but if you're a Forest fan, I hope this is really great. The trailer was not that interesting. It was just a stereotypical teaser trailer. I've heard good things about it from my friend Mr. Volcano, but beyond that, since I have no input about this game at all, I won't pretend I have anything, smart to say about it. So we'll just move on to the next one, which ended the show, Highguard. And this was made by former devs who made Apex Legend and Titanfall. I was not impressed by this game at all. But Cream, did you guys have a different opinion over there on the Gronkin stream?
I think so. I will say that everyone on the Gronking stream is really excited for this game, and that's a bold-faced lie because we all thought this is going to be a giant piece of shit game. This is going to suck. This is going to suck really bad. It looks like they just mixed Apex with like League and Valorant, and it does not look good. It kind of has like this really repulsive art style, especially to me. It feels cheap. I don't know. It's like the difference between a dude with like a fake leather jacket and a real leather jacket,
Yeah.
Like the vegan leather, it's probably serviceable, but it feels like this guy's a dirtbag now. It's there's so many other good free to play games out there that why the fuck would you choose this over anything else out there?
Why would you choose this over
PvP
Apex Legends
games?
too,
Yeah, exactly. And we made Apex Legends and Titanfall. Here's something that's completely different and also sucks. It's not really a good selling point.
Yeah, Ando says, didn't they learn from Concord to not be visually a bore and unoriginal? I mean, they were riding around on Panthers, though, right? That's cool, right, kids? You got a mount?
Yeah,
That's a Panther?
Ooh,
it's
you
a
can ride
battering
Panthers and horses.
Instead of a
it's too bad the
bullhead-
game just is gonna suck.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of a bullhead, it's a panther head as the battering ram. Jeez. I don't know. This looks like PvP at its generic level, but I haven't played the game. I don't plan on playing these games. Multiplayer has kind of passed me by, so maybe it'll be good. Who knows? Don't want to be.
That was a really disappointing end to the show too, because that was like the last trailer we got. Was Highguard. That was disappointing.
Next up, we got Total War's new game that they announced, Warhammer 40K, announced by Creative Assembly. Nasmer sent me the most autistic, well broken down diatribe of why he thinks this game is going to be dog shit. I won't read too much of it because I don't really want to fully get it out there unless he gave me permission. But he basically said it does not look like Total War. And I can agree with him on that one full-heartedly. But it's cool to see.
Actually, funny enough, before I was on the stream, we were talking about this just in Discord, and I think he obviously is a bigger Total War fan than I am.
Oh yeah,
but I am a fan of the franchise. I really do like Total War Realm 1 is a fantastic strategy game, and not the remaster, the original one still holds up. It really does.
Yes, it does.
Shogun 1 and 2 are great. I mean, it's a great franchise. By the way, I think they put a lot of those on GOG now. So that's
Yeah.
an interesting little thing too. That's actually the only good thing Creative Assembly's done in a while.
I think the
this
last
game.
Go on.
Oh, I was just gonna say this game's gonna suck. It's gonna suck. We were on Gronking yesterday. There was a bit of a back and forth between me and Jono on this because Jono is a big Warhammer fan. So
Yeah.
obviously he was kind of excited. He's not a Total War fan, whereas I'm like not as much of a Warhammer fan as I am a Total War fan. And I'm like, Jono, I don't think you understand. You're gonna have to pay $5 for Blood DLC. Like, we're gonna. This is going to. We've already seen it with Warhammer Fantasy. The amount of like just bleeding you dry for DLC, on top of just the game not being the quality it should. And now they have a new group of people to do that to. They're not learning the lessons that they should have learned years ago. They should have learned it with Rome 2, and they haven't learned it ever since. And they definitely should have learned it with Hyenas. But for some reason, Sega keeps giving them leeway, and they, you give Creative Assembly an inch, they'll take a mile.
Right.
And now being rewarded with a Warhammer game, which has a built-in audience that will, quite frankly, buy anything that's Warhammer related. That's not an insult to Warhammer fans, but let's be honest, if you slap Warhammer on something, people are going to buy it. Like Harry Potter. People bought Hogwarts Legacy just because it was a Harry Potter game, right?
Well, at least that was fun. I did enjoy that game.
Yeah, I don't think this is going to be good, and it may take. Me and Nas both agreed on this. It may take a while for people to realize how much they dislike this game, but they will realize that they do not like this game. So yeah, it's not. I'm not excited for this at all. I feel bad for the Warhammer fans in advance because it's not going to be fun for them to play. They're gonna realize pretty quickly how shallow Total War Warhammer 40K will be.
Yeah. I have no high hopes, so we'll have to wait for more reviews when it comes out. And see if they actually learn from it. I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking forward to Nasmer's autistic breakdown of when he actually does get his hands on this game as well. Next up, we got a new Invincible one. I guess they introduced a new character. I think her name was Tarawak.
Yeah.
I have no high hopes
for Elemental. That was the name of the character.
Oh yeah, that's right. Elemental. You're right. Why
the voice actress is
voiced by
Tarawak.
Sorry.
That's an insane fucking name, isn't it? Holy.
Yeah. So I think I made a joke about this. It's like, oh, get it, Elemental, get it. And I made I made a Kids Next Door reference. Did you ever see the original pitch episode for Kids Next Door?
Oh, a long time ago, yeah.
With like the kid watching the monkey.
It's been a long time since I've seen it.
No, the kid watching the monkey.
Yes.
Did you ever see that one? Like, so you remember how he's like doing all like the diseases, and one of them was called Salmonella Fitzgerald.
Yes. Oh my. Yeah. I remember that.
That's the only thing I could think of when I heard her name was just Salmonella Fitzgerald. So,
yeah, that's. Oh God, what an awful name.
Yeah. I have no opinions about it. I have never watched Invincible. I know the story because YouTube Shorts gets in there every now and then. But besides that, don't care. This game does not look appealing to me at all. They did have Robert Kirkman on there, and that's about it. You have any more thoughts before we move on?
I think the gameplay of this game is going to be good. It looks like it'll be a good fighting game. Story-wise, it's going to suck, I think. I think that it's going to suck story-wise. But just for picking up, playing with friends, I do think it'll probably be a pretty fun game. Well, here's hoping. I'm on all the hopium with this because I really do like Invincible. It's like Dragon Ball Z for people who like decapitation, you know?
Fair enough. All right, how many more do we got? Oh my god, there was a lot of stuff announced at this Game Awards. Holy shit.
Yeah, and most of it is kind of just like meh. I gotta be honest.
All right, we're gonna start rapid firing then. All right, we are over 2 hours. We're at the 2 hour mark, so we got about 1 hour left in the show. So let's start rapid firing. Bad robot game from the Turtle Rock founder. Did you have an opinion about this one? The generic
J.J. Abrams. Yeah, this does not look good.
It looks
this looks bad.
Yes, it looked very mediocre and generic. We'll see. Hopefully the gameplay is fun, but it did not look that interesting at all. It looked like once again, not capturing the spirit of Left 4 Dead, but it looks like roguelike elements are in it. So
yeah. It also has that disgusting shade of purple, like all the fucking purple rocks and shit. That immediately art-wise turns me off of a game just because it's so overused. I really was not a fan of that.
Purple's my favorite color, so I kind of like that stuff. That's just me.
Yeah, fuck you, man.
Next up, from the creators of Ascent, No Law. This game looked like ass, in my personal opinion.
I'm gonna be honest, dude. I thought this was like another Invincible game because the dude looks like Omni-Man, and when I saw No Law, I read the W as an N. I'm like, oh, it's like some Omni-Man backstory game, and then I looked at it, I'm like, oh, it's No Law. Fuck. Yeah, this does not look good. It looks like shitty Cyberpunk, and that's saying a lot.
No, it's even worse.
Cyberpunk.
This is discount Polish Cyberpunk. This is Polak Cyberpunk, and it was already made by Polish people.
Oh.
So.
No.
These are the Polacks that beat their wives that made this Cyberpunk game.
Oh. It should be better then.
Or worse. It's definitely going to be worse. That's my opinion. Moving on, Ace Combat 8 was announced, which I thought this was a big, actually a big game. Are you a big fan of Ace Combat games?
I'm not, but it looks really cool. I know Jono is. He literally, I think, was at half-mast and started jerking off afterwards. He got so excited about it. It looks like it'll be cool and definitely something that I'm going to put on my wish list and hopefully get around to playing probably Ace Combat 7. I know it's on sale right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Oh, good God, we have to talk about this.
Yes, Lenny Kravitz has been announced as a villain in a new James Bond video game coming out next year. I will say this. Lenny Kravitz looked pretty damn good for being 61.
That's the only bright spot of this. Oh my God, I'm a big James Bond fan.
Yeah.
This is bad. This is really bad. This is not good. Lenny Kravitz, leave the acting to your fucking daughter and your ex-wife and really anyone else in your, you know what, get your fucking, I would rather his uncle Al Roker be the fucking villain. And he like controls some sort of fucking weather machine. That would be better than whatever the fuck this is.
I didn't think
this game is going to be bad.
I don't think it looked that bad.
It's cringe. It's just really cringe to have Lenny Kravitz be the villain of the game. It's like some Hitman bullshit, which makes sense because of IO. And it's like, I don't know. I feel like you could have done something really cool here.
Yeah.
And instead you're just like, let's put Lenny Kravitz in here. I kind of wanted something different than what IO is offering. And it's very, every single time I see this game, it's annoying me because I'm like, you have the perfect, you literally, you're snatching defeat from the jaws of victory here. You make the big spy game and you got the rights to do the big spy game from with the big spy everyone knows, okay? Like you
Mhm.
can do a James Bond game and you're just like choosing to fuck it up every single time. Every new thing I see makes me more and more worried about this game. And the one thing I'm worried about the most is the driving mechanics, because I think that's gonna suck. Like, it's gonna suck donkey ass. And the problem is, car chases are kind of important. They happen in every single goddamn movie. So if you fuck that up, it's not good. This is bad. I really regret IO getting the rights to do a James Bond game after all of this. And no shade to Lenny Kravitz, but he's not the right pick for this. You could have found an actual actor. I mean, you had Mads Mikkelsen, bro. You could have just made a Casino Royale game. Like, that would have been better than whatever the fuck this is going to be.
I will be to be determined. I have no opinion about this. I'm willing to give Lenny Kravitz a shot, but we shall see.
Look, last time I heard about Lenny Kravitz before this, it was his dick falling out on a stage in Sweden.
Next up, Deadpool is going to be joining the cast of Marvel Rivals. That's enough for that one. The Witness and Braids creator Jonathan Blow announces new 250-hour puzzle game. This looked boring to me. I had no interest in it. Did you have an opinion about this one?
Well, there's nothing I love more than a puzzle game I have to spend 250 hours playing. What the fuck? No, I'm not. This is a game I'm gonna stay far away from. I don't have 250 hours to put into anything, let alone your shitty puzzle game.
Yeah. So nothing there. Lords of Fallen 2 gets a sequel. This is the second showing of it. It looked cool, but it's a Souls-like game, so I have no fucking desire to play it. Did you play the original one?
No, because it was broken as fuck, and they only fixed it this year. Again, they this is my problem with the studio, right? And I have a lot of beef with the studio because they had a good idea, a good concept, and they ruined it with the game just not being ready. It wasn't really even playable up until this year.
Yeah.
And so now they're working on, and now we got a sequel coming out. I think that's ridiculous. I think it's a bit insulting to people who bought your game that it took you all this time to make the game playable, and now you're putting out a sequel. Which, how can people trust that you're not going to do the exact same thing again? I think it's pretty insulting, and I have no faith in this studio. I don't want them to succeed because of I think honestly the way they operated was pretty shitty with Lords of the Fallen, and I think a lot of people will give them, how do I say this, based on political beliefs of
the anti-woke
people who
boys,
work at
let's
the
just be
studio.
honest here. The anti-woke boys kind of repopped it back up.
It's the same thing that happens with games that have super woke shit, and they're like, "Oh, this game's amazing."
Mm-hmm.
It's very annoying because I think the game should be held to the merits of what the game actually is.
Yep, I agree.
I think this game got away easy because of that other bullshit that has nothing to do with the game.
I agree.
They used it on purpose to basically get good PR for the game, which I think is really fucking gross.
They tard wrangled the right tards basically, and it did help them with some of the sales they were saying, but c'est la vie. Hopefully this game is good and not broken like their first attempt. Next up, we got Out of Words. Looks like a fun claymation co-op game. It was just a very simple teaser trailer. I'm interested. It kind of reminded me a little bit of that Harold Halibut game. Do you have an opinion about this game there, Mr. Cream?
Yeah, I'm excited to play as Kurt Cobain without a mouth.
Hell yeah. That's great.
Hey, the guy he's wearing a Kurt Cobain type sweater and the kid's named Kurt. I'm just saying. It's pretty on the nose there.
That is very true. Next up, Neo 3 gets another trailer coming out next month on January 29th. It's a Souls-like game. Not a big fan of this. I know our friends, Mr. Bliss and Seth and all of them liked it. Did you ever play any of the Neo games?
Never played the Neo games. I am excited for this game. It looks really, really good. Definitely going to play the demo when it drops next month. And I am hopeful that the game delivers. But yeah, it's kind of one of those games where I'm actually tired of seeing it now. I'm just ready to play it because we've seen a lot of it lately.
And I agree. Fair enough. I'm going to move on now because I have nothing else to say. Mario Rabbids creators made a new game called Bradley the Badger. When I first saw this, I thought it was like a joke game, like AI, because it looked like AI to me. Like, it did not look good to me, but apparently there's a lot of people that are very interested in this one. What did you guys think about it over there on Gronkin?
I think we were all interested because it was weird. I got very like Dana Gould and Gex vibes from it.
Mm-hmm.
With the like little comments and stuff. So I do like Gex. Shout out to the Gex demo that was on the PlayStation copy of Tomb Raider that I played more than Tomb Raider. I've never played any of the rest of the game, but I do like Dana Gould, so that's something. Yeah, it's kind of my type of weird. So I am excited for this, and I do think I'll probably end up picking up this game.
Also, Evan Peters is in this game.
Yes.
So I thought that was pretty interesting to say the least. Besides that, I don't know. We'll see. To me, it just looked like an AI-made game, and that was like a turnoff because it looked like an AI, like one of those fake ad games that you see in TV shows. But I'm
Mafia City.
I'm willing to be wrong, and hopefully it is not. Next up, Stupid Never Dies, made up by a bunch of former Konami devs. I think it started off really fucking stupid, no pun intended there, with that weird music video. But later on, it kind of gave me that Suda 51 vibes and stuff like that. Did you guys have an opinion on this? How about you, Cream?
I think a lot of people thought it was cringe at first, but then they got into it when they saw the gameplay and it got past the cringe shit. Yeah, I couldn't get past the cringe shit. It made me hate my life. I was regretting every choice I've made up into leading to me watching the Game Awards at that very moment. It's one of those things where it was so cringe I don't fucking care now. Which maybe is wrong, but it was just bad, dude. It was really, I had douche chills. I literally had goosebumps from how like off-putting it was.
Yeah, I do agree with you. So hopefully this game is a lot better than their first foot out the door. Next up, what kicked off the show was the game called The Free Shepherd. This game actually looks a little bit better than I kind of give it credit for. You play as a little sheepdog herding sheep, and then it looks like there's going to be some like mysterious elements of it. It doesn't come out until 2027, which I think is weird. It looks like this game should be pretty much done already. But yeah, do you have any opinions on The Free Shepherd?
Yeah, it looks kind of like a fun little game. This is the type of game I think I would probably get on sale and play a little bit of.
I do concur with you on that one. Next up, this game looked actually very interesting. The Last of Us and Uncharted 4 director unveils next project, Coven of the Chicken Foot. And it looks like a co-op game between a granny and some ogre monster. I do have a story linked below from Game Informer that is a more direct interview. But due for time reasons, I'm kind of going to speed up this one and not read it. So if you want to check it out, go check it out for yourself down below. Cream, do you have any more quick opinions about this one?
I know Vex Electronica is interested in this game. It's not for me. That's all I can say. It looks all right, but it's just not my type of game.
Fair enough. Next up, Souls-like Clone 375. Decrepit is a terrifying first-person Souls-like coming to PC. Souls-like game, so I don't necessarily like it at all. Do you have an opinion on it?
I don't even remember this one. That's how little of an impact it made on my mind.
Okay, perfect. Moving on. Audio Mech gets new gameplay trailer and a demo that is out today. Apparently, this came out from the guy who made Audio Surf as well. Diablo in my chat was really hyping up this game. I guess like the first game was you can make your own custom tracks with your music and stuff like that. I looked it up. Looks interesting. Did you have an opinion on it? It looked like Beat Saber art style.
Yeah. Yeah, that game kind of looked really interesting to me. I think it's a game also that I would probably get when it's on sale, though.
Yeah. Okay, Guild Wars 2 visual Visions of Eternity expansion gets a new trailer. I don't give a shit about MMOs. Do you give a shit about MMOs?
I'm just surprised it still exists. So,
yes,
yeah, shout out to Guild Wars, which is like 20 odd years old, I think, something like that.
So Guild Wars homies, I hope you like it. Next up, Solasta 2 official early access date announced for March 12th. I didn't play this game at all. I didn't even know there was a first one. Have you ever heard of the series?
Yeah, this trailer, the game is giving me a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 vibes. It does really feel like a game in the vein of Baldur's Gate 3. Even art style wise, it looks like Baldur's Gate a bit. So I guess I'm interested, but I mean, I think I would rather just play Baldur's Gate 3.
Exactly. And then other games that were announced, a new Warframe update, Orbitals, which looks like a fun little co-op, like 1980s anime aesthetic that I heard, only coming to the Switch 2. That one's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Do you have an opinion about any of these games? Just say yes or no, and we can move on. Orbitals, yes or no?
I have an opinion. No.
All right, cool.
Warframe,
what's your opinion
though,
on
Werner Herzog was. On Orbitals, it's just kind of not my thing, right? I'm not super into anime, and yeah, I'm not really a big fan of that.
Cool. Next up was Warframe. You were saying?
Oh, I didn't give a shit about the game. I just saw Werner Herzog was there, and I literally just was having fun doing my impression of Werner Herzog, where he just goes, "Earth, a desolate place." Like it's always shit like that. That wasn't my best go at it, but yeah, Werner Herzog's a fucking weirdo, and I love him. It's great.
Yeah, I have no other opinions about this one. I just kind of want to get it over with here. Any of these trailers look good for you? Withering Waves, yes or no?
Nah.
Hitman at Will, Assassination.
None of these.
Mila Djokovic is in there. You care about that? No. Lost Skies.
Not really.
No idea what the fuck this game is. Don't remember it. Seven Deadly Sins. Anime Slop. Antos looked pretty good, but it wasn't really like fleshed out. Screamers looks like I thought it was a cyberpunk add-on, but it's like an anime racing Need for Speed bullshit. 2XKO was a fighting game thing. Soulframe, don't remember what this was. Probably Souls-like flop. And Battlefield Red Sec featuring Battlefield Friends. I didn't even know that was still a thing. Do you have an opinion?
I thought that was neat that they had them. I thought that was just neat that they had them do the ad, but yeah, I like Red Sec. It's all right.
All right, cool. All right, we'll move on now. We'll do a quick more lightning round and a few more things. Let's keep it with the game news over here. According to Insider Gaming, 37% of people who voted about how to rate the Game Awards gave it a D rating. I think that's a little harsh. I think I would give it a B in my personal opinion. But Cream, how about you? What would you rate this, and what do you think about this rating?
I think I would give it probably a D. I'm not a big fan of award shows, but I do think that if you're gonna do an award show, you should probably allow people to come up and accept awards and not do it like it's rapid fire questions on Jeopardy.
Right.
Which is a problem I have with the Game Awards, where yes, look, we are all there to see the trailers, but the whole reason for you having this is to give people awards. You should allow them to actually come up, receive their awards, do a quick speech, and then play some trailers. You don't need to just like, it just kind of is insulting to the people getting the awards for a lot of those categories.
Yeah, I do agree with you on that one. All right, let me know down in the comments, what would you grade the last night's Game Awards show? Next up, Digimon Time Story Stranger has sold over 1 million copies. I know our friend Lethal has been really hyping this game up and streaming it from time to time. You're not big into anime, so do you have anything you really want to add to this other than congratulations?
Congratulations, Digimon Digital Monsters. I like the ripped T-Rex. That's pretty hella lit. Yeah. That's about it.
Next up, we got again from Jason Schreier, who reported earlier this year about the Perfect Dark situation. Now that the studio's closed and there was a whole thing with Take-Two, Dale Gallagher, former head of the Initiative studio that is now defunct by Microsoft, is now working at Take-Two to make a brand new game. Cream, what are your thoughts?
Yep. I think this is... I don't know. Perfect Dark looked like it was going to be an absolute clusterfuck. Maybe these two are not the perfect choices to start up a new studio, but I do think 2K needs more studios. They really are just relying on pumping out sports games, the odd narrative-driven game here and there, Gearbox and Rockstar. And considering that, like, those narrative games, Gearbox, Rockstar take a long time to put out their games, and the yearly slop that 2K Sports puts out, I do think that they do need some more studios so that they can be putting out games more regularly. That isn't just a 2K game, but this time we have, Giannis Antetokounmpo holding a basketball. It's crazy.
Yeah, I do think it's funny. Dale Gallagher, for people who don't know, he was the one of the heads of Crystal Dynamic, and then he left to join Microsoft when they launched the Initiative. It sounds like that studio did not know what the fuck they were doing, and now we got it all over again with Dale Gallagher going to head up another brand new studio. So maybe this time they know what they want to work on before they try to make a video game, I guess. There you go.
Third time's the charm?
Yeah, I guess so.
I don't know. It's... Yeah.
Next up, we got another quick story. Headline in the title is really what we're going to go with. Staff at Doom Maker id Software vote to unionize. So the staff at id Software are now part of a union. Good for them. I like all their new Doom games. I think they're doing a good job. Cream, I know you didn't like the last game, but do you have any thoughts about unionization in the game industry?
I'm not a fan of it. I understand why it's happening though. It's not like there's no reason why. It's not like some fucking barista at Starbucks saying we need a union. There are some genuine concerns that they have. I don't think unions are the best way to solve it. I think it only slows down things. It doesn't actually solve problems. And unions are usually bad for the workers they work in anyways. This is not a surprise. Everyone at Microsoft has been in their game studios have been unionizing lately, like Bethesda. So I'm not surprised that ID Software is unionizing, and I think this is going to help lead to them being less competitive, especially considering the way the industry is going forward in the future.
All right, only time will tell, indeed. Next up, a real quick 1-2 over here. Where did this story go? Here we go. A little update here. Romero Games, since we're talking about id Software, Romero Games working on a smaller shooter that borrows from its canceled project As you know, this was one of the games canceled by Microsoft when nothing was really showed for it. But it sounds like they are reforming a little bit of a group here and working on making another shooter game. John Romero. I was thinking about the other guy who did Night of the Living Dead. John Romero, a big influential guy, helped found id, make Doom what it is today. You have any input to that, Cream?
I'm excited because it seemed kind of touch and go that the studio was kind of fucked and done, and especially considering John Romero's, what he worked on. He is really one of those Mount Rushmore of what FPS games are. Without John Romero, you don't have the current shit we all complain about now, or the shit that we all love. Like Modern Warfare 2 doesn't exist without John Romero.
Yeah,
he is very, very important to that. So when he got his shit canceled, it was disappointing. Luckily, if they're able to just kind of borrow shit that they had already done and put it into a smaller scale game and hopefully turn a profit on it, that would be really good, because I do think the gaming industry is better when you have people like John Romero working on games.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. All right, moving over. Next one. We got over here an update. Humanity is going to be ending. User stages and mode of Humanity comes to the end on March 2026. For anyone out there who is a fan of this game, have you ever played Humanity by any chance? I have never played this game. I've heard of it, but I've never played it.
Yeah, same. I've never played it. It is. I'm always sad when I see this. I understand why, though. You can't keep the game running forever. I just wish there was a way that they could, find a way where it's not costing them money and still being, or as much money and still being able to offer people to play these levels, like some sort of maybe third-party option where people can go on, download those levels from some hosting website that people set up, right?
Yeah.
That could be a cool alternative. But yeah, it just kind of shows you that, time marches on, and yeah, these things happen to even the best of games.
All right. And next up, we got a video as well. Matt Booty announces Microsoft is working with AMD to co-develop FSR ray regeneration, and Black Ops 7 will be the first game to use that. So let me play this one. I'm going to use the bathroom real quick, Cream. So if it ends, just give your opinions.
Hi, everyone. I'm Matt Booty, president of game content and studios at Xbox. And in my role, I have the honor of working with some of the greatest artists, creatives, and technical directors in the world. We have a long history with AMD, from our ambitious hardware plans to how our teams are working together today to deliver the best-in-class experience for our players in games like Call of Duty. Real-time ray tracing enables high-fidelity, realistic cinematic reflections, yet for many games, the runtime cost is prohibitive. FSR Redstone helps change that. We've been working very closely with AMD to co-develop FSR ray regeneration to achieve a material improvement in real-time ray tracing. I'm pleased to say that Call of Duty Black Ops 7 is the first game ever to showcase this visual enhancing technology. Additionally, with today's Redstone launch driver, FSR frame generation is also now available for players running Call of Duty Black Ops 7 on AMD's 9000 series graphics cards. These ML technologies help our teams achieve higher fidelity visuals while delivering the great feel and high performance that Call of Duty is known for. Our work on FSR Redstone is just one example of what this partnership is unlocking today, and our teams can't wait to share more of what our collaboration with AMD will unlock in the future across games and our next generation hardware. Thanks, and back to you, Jack.
Thanks, Matt. It's been incredible work.
All right. So, what did you have to think about that? What do you have to say about that, Cream?
Intrigued, very intrigued. Quite frankly, okay. Let's get a little autistic here.
Sure.
I've not been happy with how Nvidia has handled themselves. I'm also not happy with how people look at Nvidia in general, but that's a different story. That has to do with stock markets and AI and AI and all that shit. But graphics card wise, I think Nvidia has been getting a little bit sloppy, being the top dog with like 80% of the market. Honestly, you can get the same type of performance from an AMD card for less money. And at this rate, I mean, things can always change, and I'm a long ways away from getting a new rig. In my next rig, if I had to get one at this moment, I would be looking at a full AMD slate, AMD processor, and graphics card, moving away from NVIDIA. That's something that's really good. They get frame generation, which NVIDIA already has, and now they get ray generation, which is something else. Will it work well? Who knows? I don't think frame generation really works amazing. I think a lot of this shit is kind of bloat on your I don't think a lot of that makes a big difference. Like the ray tracing is all right, but I think most of that is just not necessary. But people really like what the new shiny looking thing. They want realistic water in Minecraft, that type of shit. So you do have to keep up with that to appease. I think AMD being a more competitive, with more, they have more competitive pricing. If all they have to do is if you make your graphics cards easy to understand which is better than which AMD does have a more complicated naming scheme than NVIDIA does. If you do that, I think you can start closing that gap on the market dominance of NVIDIA.
Okay, cool. I'm a Luddite, so I have no idea what any of this stuff means, so that's why I was curious about your views.
Yeah, basically graphics go brap.
Basically how I
shadows go brap now. That's basically all they said is shadows look cool now.
Yeah, your hardware's more demanding and taxing.
Exactly.
Next up, we'll go to one of our big stories. I've canceled a lot of the stuff that we had here, folks. We had so many more stories, and I've just been like, X. But they are some of.
Hey, to be fair, it's been a really busy week for news.
Yeah, exactly.
This is probably the busiest week of the year for news. So,
outside of EA week, I would say so. Yes. But there's still some stuff in here too. Let's hit the two stories in our title. These last three stories will kind of start winding us down. First one is, of course, the new news, Modern Warfare. We will no longer do back-to-back releases of Modern Warfare or Black Ops games. The reasons are many, but the main one is to ensure we provide an absolute unique experience each and every year. We will drive innovation that is meaningful, not incremental. While we aren't sharing those plans today, we look forward to doing so when the time is right. Next up, to round out the statement, to be clear, the future of Call of Duty is very strong, and we believe our best days are ahead of us. Given the depth of talent of our development teams, we have been building the next era of Call of Duty, and it will deliver precisely on what you want, along with some surprises to push the franchise and genre forward. We look forward to welcoming you in, listen to you, and moving forward together. This is an official statement from the Call of Duty studios and Activision and so on and so forth. Cream, there has been some stuff that's been going around now. There's been unconfirmed reports that Microsoft has basically brought the boot down upon the Call of Duty teams, and they have been okay with the performances of these new games. Obviously, they're still number one, but there's also been, it sounds like, some crackdown from the upper brass at Microsoft to try to make these games better again in some way, shape, or form. And that's just from the rumor mill. All of it's unconfirmed reporting, but it does sound like they're going to be trying to do something going forward. I have an opinion about this, but I want to hear one of your opinions and then kind of react and go off of you. So, Cream, take it away.
My opinion on this is too little, too late. Call of Duty has been headed towards this kind of fucking landslide of losing everything and getting their lunch eaten, which they did this year. And it honestly, if it had just been Battlefield, it would have been still too much, and we still would have been getting this statement. But then you throw Arc Raiders in there as well, and it's eating their lunch. The COD this year did not do well. People are not happy with it. It was an embarrassment. Everyone at Activision should be embarrassed that they published something like that. Especially the end battle with like giant Michael Rooker. It's a really bad game, and there's not a lot of redeeming factors of it, especially when you go into you look at Battlefield, which is their chief competition. I mean, but Battlefield, which was a terrible franchise for the last couple of years. As a Battlefield fan, I'll say it, like DICE, really, this was make or break for them. I really do think that EA would have started winding down the series if Battlefield 6 was not a big hit, but it was. It's a smash hit. It does really, really well numbers. It did really, really well numbers. Not only that, but they put out a better version of Warzone than fucking COD has, when I honestly thought it was going to be worse than Warzone, and it ends up being actually better than Warzone. And then you have Arc Raiders, which comes out of nowhere and starts eating their lunch. There's these studios, because it's not just Infinity Ward and Treyarch, but Sledgehammer and Raven and all the studios they have working on it. They are screwed. They should have been doing this years ago, but they've been busy coasting off of goodwill that they had 20 years ago. And I'm sorry, it doesn't matter how big you are. If you keep coasting for so long, eventually that goodwill dies out. And that's what happened this year.
Yeah. I also think that these games are still on PlayStation 4 and the original Xbox, if I recall correctly, too.
Yeah.
Because they still have, I think, cross-buy bundles. Yeah, I'm looking it up right now. It's still on PlayStation 4 and that. I think it's time to also cut off those last generations too, and specifically just focus on, the PS5, the series consoles, and PC going forward too. And because I do think they're also getting held back by just old tech at this point. And to be honest with you, if Call of Duty and just went completely next gen only and just cut off those other ones, I think you would see a surge in sales of, the Xbox and the PlayStation consoles by like maybe a couple million more units, Because
I think it would have a big impact on sales, because it's really one of the last big franchises supporting it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, we're almost at the end of this generation. Why the fuck are we still supporting a console that technically will be a retro console in like 2 or 3 years?
We're talking about tech that's from 2013 now, Like,
yeah.
Could you imagine you're playing like Call of Duty Black Ops 7 on the VCR Xbox or the base model PS4? Like, oh my god! Like, how is that running?
Insane. It was like me playing. It genuinely is like playing the PlayStation 1 during the PS3's launch.
I know. It's wild to think about it like that, but without a doubt, there's a lot of factors there too. Like I said, Call of Duty's being held back by a bunch of things. Constant releases, not enough turnaround time, tired out. Like, look, I liked actually Black Ops 6. I like the campaign. I don't play multiplayer, so I kind of judge everything a little differently. I can tell a lot of people don't like Black Ops 7, and I haven't played the Black Ops 7 campaign. I don't think, me personally, I'm going to say from my experience, what I saw from it, like, really made me think it was bad. But, caveat to that, the forced online multiplayer for the single player campaign is a turnoff for me, and that's why I will never play it. Because I think that's fucking bullshit. I don't want to play with anyone else unless I choose it. And the fact that that you can just have some random like 12-year-old come in and call you like, you know, racial slurs and then drop out, it is annoying to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Honestly, that's more of a reason for me to want to purchase it. What really got me was it's mainly because of the racial slurs. No. Like the giant fucking Michael Rooker fight. Like, what the fuck was it? It literally was like just zombies boss battle, and it feels like they've taken the worst aspects of COD and turned it up to 11. And we'll win them back by getting rid of skill-based matchmaking. Well, that's one thing. And yes, it is annoying, and I'm not a fan of skill-based matchmaking. I like the old style of games that where you were in the lobby still, but that's not enough. It really shouldn't be enough for people to want to buy that game. And people were saying at the time, like, oh yeah, I'm going to buy it because of this. And then they buy it and they still are miserable playing it.
Yeah,
there's only so many times you can like fool them into buying the game, you know.
Yeah, I understand, man. Sorry, my dogs are kind of going outside. If you heard them. No, but yeah, like I said, the boss fight stuff didn't bother me. I looked at it, and I'm like, this kind of actually looks a little cool to me. The Black Ops, like, you know, trippy sci-fi stuff like that. That also, like I said, didn't bother me because I enjoyed, like I said, I enjoyed the campaign of Black Ops 6. I couldn't play Cold War because it bricked my Xbox a few times, so that sucked.
Oh God.
Yeah, I know. But besides that, Call of Duty's just passed me by. Look, I say this all the time. Things just pass you by, you know? And I'm happy that there's still a lot of people that like are around to keep these devs employed and they really like playing these games. But generally speaking, it's like, look, it's not for me anymore. And like you said, it's like when we make fun of the quartering, you know, it's just like what he's kind of passed by, bro. Like there's just better people that can just make the better, you know, slop, as they would say, for their audiences, you know?
Yeah. It's bad when there's better slop out than your slop, you know?
I know. But generally speaking, there's just better multiplayer games. Like you said, Battlefield 6 has been a tremendous success this year. Obviously, Arc Raiders kind of came out of nowhere. And ironically enough, Arc Raiders kind of had a little controversy too. Remember when we talked about the AI voice acting and stuff like that I brought up? You know?
And I think the difference between the controversy with Arc Raiders and COD is one of these games is good. So if it's a good game, I think that shows you that people don't really give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
Either way, they only care when it's bad, which is an interesting thought to keep in your mind, especially going forward with all the AI usage we're going to get in gaming, because it's happening and it's going to be in games coming out this year. It's not like something that's going to ramp up next year. It's ramping up now. So that's something that people should keep in the back of their mind, that like, how much do you hate AI, or do you hate the usage of AI, like the implementation of the AI? That's an interesting kind of side thought, which I do think Call of Duty, that's probably the best thing Call of Duty did this year, was bring up that kind of idea.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that one. That AI stuff was really bad. It was really damn bad. Like
Santa got 7 fingers, bro.
Oh man. But we'll see. You know, maybe maybe the studio will get their head around and make something good and fun again. Who knows? Only time will tell. I have no opinions about the Call of Duty game beyond that, other than I didn't like the changes they made for the single player stuff, but they tried something new and it failed. So back to the drawing board with E. Moving on to the next one over here. This one I kind of like to just talk about, like work crafting and stuff like that. I don't know why the web format of this one is really bad here. Let me see here. Fuck it. I'll just try to bring this up here. No. Yeah, this website I'm using is just really bad. All right, we'll just leave this up here for things to talk about. Capcom had their recent financial reports that came out. Capcom is doing pretty well, but Capcom recently announced that they want to do more with some of their IP from Devil May Cry, Ace Attorney, and Mega Man were mentioned. Obviously, we have seen Capcom talk about bringing back IP. They're bringing back Okami. They're bringing back Onimusha next year. They are bringing a sequel to Resident Evil. You just saw them announce a 2027 Mega Man game. We also saw another interesting thing happen earlier this year. They are doing more localization for the Phoenix Wright series as a free update that came with some more stuff as well. And we saw not too long ago another Ace Attorney game came out as more of a prequel, playing as a descendant of Phoenix as well. I think Capcom is coming back and doing a lot of like just IP revitalization, which I do like. Obviously we've seen Dragon's Dogma 2 recently get announced and came out. Was that this year or was that last year? I can't remember.
Last year.
Yeah, man. It just
this year we got oh my god, not Dead Rising.
We got Dead Rising remastered.
Yeah, Dead Rising. Yeah. We got Dead Rising, which was a bit of a cluster, but it was an attempt. And we also got a new Monster Hunter and
the fighting
game
they've
collection. Been really the fighting game collection. They've been kind of leaning on their IPs for the last while. Really, I'm trying to think. I think the only new thing that they have coming up is Pragmata.
You are correct, sir. But yeah, you are correct about that.
So,
yes.
And then we also have Resident Evil 9 and so yeah, I mean they really are kind of leaning on their franchises and also like Street Fighter is the biggest fighting game right now. It outlasted Tekken and Mortal Kombat. Well, Mortal Kombat wasn't hard to outlast, but it outlasted Tekken. So, yeah.
Yeah, and on top of that too, they are making a Street Fighter movie. So they're kind of trying to get out there more with their IP as well. But they also announced another Mega Man collection of the DS title games too that are going to be coming out next year. They just recently ported the Monster Hunter Story games to Xbox, and they've announced a new Monster Hunter Story game for next year too, which my wife is super excited about because she's a huge fan of those ones. You know, like Capcom is kind of firing on all cylinders, and I want to say this. Is there a Capcom game that you would like to be brought back, or you wish that Capcom would focus on? I'm just going to say, obviously, I want Beautiful Joe to be ported, and the Mega Man Legends series to be ported in a collection, because, you know, the Misadventures of Tron Bonnie is like a $500 game. So, Kareem, how about you? Are you in general a Capcom fan? I know that you don't hate Capcom, but I was just wondering.
I like some stuff. I'm gonna be honest. I want like a new Marvel versus Capcom game. Want a new one,
especially because that last one sucked.
That's yeah. I need something to wash the taste out of my mouth with that last one, and I think they put out a collection.
Yeah, like Fighting Collection 2, but no, it wasn't Marvel versus Capcom.
Yeah.
But it was like a bunch of other fighting games. Some of them were Marvel. They also put Power Stone 1 and 2 in there.
Yeah, I would love to see like a new Marvel versus Capcom game, um, and see what they could do with that. Because it's been a while, and again, Capcom they're the only ones making good fighting games lately. So uh, I would really like to see them take a crack at it. So yeah, I would say that one. I before yesterday I would have said Mega Man. So as well. So yeah, I guess Marvel vs. Capcom, new Devil May Cry, and yeah.
Yeah, no, I do agree with you on that one. We had one final news story about Tencent being more aggressive, but I'm getting tired. We're at the end of the show. We only have 10 minutes left. We could save that for another day, but you know, this was basically a very fun show. I'm trying to figure out the right words to kind of close this out. Look, everyone, this is going to be the last weekly update for the year. Next week, we got a different show lined up and everything else like that. So, yeah, if you want to read the story real quick, it's about Tencent asserting more control over the studios it owns, like Techland, Sumo Digital, and so on and so forth. That is linked in the description of this video, as well as other stories that I kind of axed and everything else like that. If you're looking for more gaming news and you're just trying to learn everything you can, this is what I can offer you. Just go down into the comments, click the stories, read them for yourself, including the ones that we did. Obviously, we talked mostly about the Game Awards, like for damn near 2 freaking hours. So we spent like 6 hours plus talking about the Game Awards news and stuff, recapping and everything else like that these past 2 days.
Yeah.
It's a big major event, so it's kind of hard not to talk about it.
It is, and you know what? It's the end of the year. It's kind of one of those end of the year things. You got to talk about the Game Awards, and you know, I got one more stream in me this year, and then I'm out for the year. I'm gonna relax. I'm gonna watch It's a Wonderful Life, drink some eggnog. Yeah, I don't know. Wear jeans. These are things I'm gonna do. Specifically, drink eggnog, wear jeans, and watch It's a Wonderful Life.
Cream, you want to go into some details? Tell about, like you said, you got only one more stream, but like end of year stuff. It's the holiday time. You know, any fun plans for the end of the year? Any games you're planning on playing with this time? Hopefully, you got some nice time off and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I am going to try to play a lot of games. I'm going to play Mega Bonk. I've been playing that. I'm starting to get addicted to that game. And I might be a crack fiend by the end of the year, but that's okay. Because that's the best weight loss program they have out there.
Yes.
Better than Jenny Craig. I'm going to play the friggin' Pragmata demo. I'm going to be playing so many things to name. Probably more Arc Raiders, more Battlefield, more Europa Universalis 5, which is a really good game. It's a really good strategy game. Steep learning curve on it, but if you do like strategy games, it's definitely worth picking up, especially if you're new to the Grand Strategy franchise. So much stuff to do, and yeah, I'm gonna relax. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna chill.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's how I feel too. Obviously, next week will be our last real full week of this year streaming on this channel. Like I said, Tuesday we'll be doing a stream of Pragmata, the demo. So if you want to check that out for yourselves, that will be on Tuesday. Did I say Thursday? I mean Tuesday next week. Then we'll come back next Wednesday as well with Mr. Nerdy Neo as we sit down and we talk about episode 2 of Backlog Battling. So definitely want you to check that out. Obviously, we'll be talking about the video games we're playing. That one's going to be a special one. It's our top 5 games we played of this year. So that will be our closeout show for that this year. Then, of course, we will be back on Thursday with our friend Mr. Nerdporial Lifeform, and we're going to be talking about we're going to be doing an episode of Legacy Loading dedicated to the Donkey Kong franchise. So, looking forward to that one. We've been planning that one for a while, and Thursday.
Are you going to do the DK rap?
I hope they include that one, but I might start the show with that one, to be honest with you. So that
you're gonna have to do the rap.
Oh,
you're gonna have to do it, bro.
I'm gonna have to learn the lyrics then after that, because I only know the first few of them. It's like, he's bigger, faster, and stronger too. He's the first member of the DK crew. That's all I really know. But it's catchy.
DK.
Donkey Kong.
Chunky's dead.
And then next Friday, we will be back again around the same time with a few of our friends. I think you're on that show, right, Cream?
I believe so, yes.
Yes,
actually, yeah. So this isn't my last Thank you for reminding me. Holy shit.
So next week will be the RNG Game of the Year conversation talk for everyone. We got a good lineup of past guests and friends of the show who are going to be on to talk about other gaming funness categories we have picked up, and of course our personal game of years, favorite backlog game of the year, so on and so forth like that. Giving some shout outs to some video games we played. So if you're looking for some games that touched us this year, we are going to have a lot of those. And then Saturday will also be a wrap-up show with a top 5 most anticipated games of 2026. A lot of people confirmed for that one as well, too. Dates and times will be reevaluated once I get everything fully hammered out. And then Sunday, a special solo stream where I basically talk about upcoming plans for the channel. Not this Sunday, but next Sunday. And then after that, we are going to be off the next 2 weeks for Christmas and New Year's. We are working on, behind the scenes, a lot of collection videos. So there will be a lot of unboxing videos, a lot of Steelbook videos, and so on and so forth for that as well, for you to watch while we are gone to keep the channel afloat. Cream, thank you for joining me on this one. I really do appreciate it. Any closing thoughts before we end the show?
No, not much to say. I just want to shout out one thing, if that's all right.
Sure, go ahead.
It is, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow night, Mr. Jonathan Cena himself will be having his last wrestling match. If you don't like wrestling, come in for the jokes. If you do like wrestling, come in for the jokes still. We're going to be watching that with a special guest that some of you may know if you watch Gronking. He will be joining us, and it is his final match. Yes, a 20-year career is coming to an end tomorrow night. That's going to start at 7 p.m. Eastern. Our stream, the actual show, starts at 8, so if you're showing up later, make sure you're there for 8.
Central,
and it looks
or
like it's
EST?
going to be really fun.
Eastern Standard?
EST.
Okay, cool.
Eastern Standard. And that will be our last stream for Pin Down of the year. So we're going to talk about, earlier on in the show, our favorite moments of the year, some of the things we didn't like in the year, and all in all, around just kind of have a more chilled out stream. So if you're free, make sure you come on by and have some fun with us.
Well, yeah, Pin Down Podcast over here. Let me get the exact link to your channel here real quickly, and then I will share it out. I thought I was subscribed to it on here. I usually try to do that. Over here,
I think we've been getting unsubscribed by people. YouTube's trying to put us down. They're trying to put a black man down.
But there's a link to the Pin Down Podcast. If you like wrestling, there you go. Stop on by and give these folks a sub. And Cream, I gotta make you a mod of this channel too, so next time I see you pop up in chat, I gotta do that for you. All right, everyone, have yourself a good weekend. Enjoy it. I'm going to be freezing my balls off at the Bears game this Sunday. It's supposed to be -30, so I'm going to go and go into a lava pit to try to soak up some heat for the next weekend. Till then, everyone, have yourself a wonderful weekend, and we will see you all next week for a very jam-packed week.